Hello. Immediately,
Hi.
wait.
Is it the mowing? Oh, okay.
Immediately hearing the mowing. Perfect.
I do apologize in advance for anybody who hears the mowing outside. I have lawn work being done at this hour at this exact time, and we've tried to
Mhm.
muffle it as best we can, but they're like right outside my window. So,
Yeah,
but
it's great.
hi,
We
it's
love
fantastic.
it.
We love
We
it.
love that.
It just adds to the special effects.
That's the ambiance that we've all wanted.
Truly.
I was trying to move my chat, but it won't let me move my chat. Oh my god.
At this unholy hour, truly.
Literally, who does that? Anna, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. And
Thank you, Anna.
Lindley, thank you for the 27 months. Yay for new Valley Talk while I work. That's what we were kind of hoping. Um, is that people would be like working and listening. And I'm looking for Becca. Did Becca say anything to
Yeah, we're
me?
hoping that everybody would enjoy the podcast while working and hanging out. So thank you all so much for joining us today. I know it's
I
been a minute
know.
since our last episode, so
Okay. Yes, we have so much to talk about.
literally an insane amount.
We forgot I thought that we had an episode after Alice. We kind of both felt that way, but we haven't.
Yeah. Okay, that's the wrong direction. I'm trying to get into the center of the camera. Don't mind us, guys. We're gonna work it out. Okay, everything's great. We've got lawnmowers. You've got me wiggling around. Everything's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Amber, thank you so much for renewing your membership. Good morning.
Good morning.
Everyone, wake up.
Yeah.
If we
And
have to be here
also,
and be awake, so do you.
stop panicking, okay? Because I saw the comments in chat. It's been 84 years.
Yeah, we y'all are so late waiting on console Kato to start the stream. Look, we gotta figure stuff out. We were up
We're
until
fighting for
2
our
in the
lives.
morning figuring this out because
Yes.
Skype decided to shut down.
And yeah, that was not an exaggeration. We were up till 2 a.m. So
Skype decided to shut down, so we had to
work
figure
it
things
out.
out, you know?
Yeah.
So
But
so that's
before
the
we
deal.
start, guys, make sure you check out the pinned comment. If you guys don't know, we have a Valley Talk or Twitter channel, YouTube. Duh. But we have a Twitter now. So if you guys want to follow Valley Talk on Twitter, we'll post updates, news, anything we're chatting about, all that good stuff on that account. We also have a poll up right now. You can kind of vote, and we're going to discuss what the votes, end up landing on later on in the stream today. But yeah, make sure you guys go over to Twitter and give us a follow over there so you can keep up with all the Valley Talk stuff.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta get Game Loft to notice us so that I can stop these throbbing vegetables.
Not stop.
'Cause
Hashtag
they're
stop the throb. Should that be our
Look,
next post?
I tried to hashtag stop the throb and then no one else
Real rude.
did anything. So it was like,
So nasty. So rude. It's okay. We're going to run that back
yeah.
and we're
Now,
going to
is
get it back
it
together.
too much if I look all the way over here? Should I be can I move Kay like this way a little bit maybe?
Yeah. Sorry. We tried to figure out the setup, y'all, the best way we could.
It's
I'm
just
also,
a different situation. Like Skype, I could move her camera wherever I wanted, and this one I can't really do that. So I'm trying to figure out how I can look at her beautiful face while we do this. But I know, and now I feel like it's even worse. Yeah, because they're like flashing while they're throbbing. Have you noticed that?
no. Oh, I haven't noticed that change. No.
Yeah, it
I
almost
do
looks
just notice the
like
throb.
they're in a storm or something.
I
Like
don't like that.
the lighting it changes on them while they're throbbing.
Extended throb.
It's
That's
too
crazy.
much. It's too
That's
much.
wild.
Okay, so we want to talk about first.
We have so much. We have an entire list that we made, and I feel like Kato and I were talking, and we're gonna have to try to catch up on everything from the Alice in Wonderland update until now, basically.
Yeah.
So maybe we start with some of the Alice in Wonderland stuff, and
Hmm.
then we'll move on. We can move on to the free content update that just dropped for Peter Pan.
Okay. Oh my gosh, it's 2 updates.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I for some reason, I thought we talked about Alice in Wonderland, but I guess we
I
didn't.
think we were just hyping it up. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense because I was confused in my mind about the camera because it's been 2 camera things. Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about
Mhm.
camera mode first because that to me, I feel like is one of the
Very
biggest
exciting.
updates, the biggest changes.
We
Like,
could just combine the camera mode, both, like, where it's at
yeah,
now and where it was at before. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So,
Obsessed.
love it.
Literally the best thing that they've added, in my opinion.
100% agree. I feel
Mm,
like it's truly one of the best features that we have in the game right now, and it has relieved so much stress for me when it comes to doing dream snaps. Like, forget just taking pictures, but like for doing a major aspect of the game, which is dream snaps, it has made my life significantly easier, and I'm obsessed with it.
yeah. I it's almost like I didn't even realize how much stress I had
Yeah.
over the camera and like
Mhm.
changing like not able to change the weather, having to change the lighting and the graphics thing. Like I didn't realize how much stress that was bringing me
Oh my gosh.
until I didn't have to deal with that. And
Just the
now it's just
villagers
like,
alone.
oh my gosh, I forgot about those too.
Gosh, just being able to click a button and they're removed. And I think one thing I can say about the camera mode is that it's so smooth. It has
Yeah.
very little bugs. It works as it's supposed to almost every single time I use it. Like, they've done a really good job not only implementing it, but also, like, I feel like it's giving Infinity Nikki a bit. I
Yeah.
almost feel like they took a little inspiration from Infinity Nikki and just tried to add some of those different camera modes, because even in addition to moving your critter or removing your avatar, changing the time of day and the weather, removing your character. You also have all of the new filters. Like, we have Bloom now that came with the most recent update, so we can make lights brighter or darker.
Hmm.
The aperture. I feel the only thing I will say is aperture is kind of finicky the way you have to try to make it work depending on what mode of the
I
camera you're in.
Yeah, I feel like half the time it doesn't do anything for me, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
I do the focus, but I don't really work deal with the aperture.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it doesn't do that much when I try to use it.
I did notice that if you play with both of the settings, there's aperture and what's the other one? Focus?
Yeah, focus.
Aperture and focus. If you edit focus and then go back to aperture, it will work. But I don't know if that's a
Oh,
bug or something, but I noticed that when I was playing around with it the other day. But I love it.
okay.
I love that you can blur and unblur your background. My last dream snap, I didn't want the background super blurred out, so I just removed it. Perfect.
Yeah, because before if you wanted a blurry background, you had to be in that one specific mode at that one
Yep.
specific angle. That I'm gonna be that person. The one thing I still want,
Mhm.
I basically want a free camera.
Mhm.
Like, I love every setting they have so far. I just want to be able to, I mean, honestly, it doesn't even have to be a free camera. I want to be able to pan down more than it lets me. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many times I'm like, please let me just go down a little bit, but it
Yes.
won't. I feel like they'll never give us a free camera because I think that would make the touch of magic stuff even more complicated.
Yeah.
Um,
I wish I would
but
just remove the 3rd option.
just let me tilt down a little bit more.
Yeah, I want them to completely remove that 3rd option and allow us to just, like how we are in furniture mode, just take that same thing
Yeah.
and put it in for at the 3rd option, and we can just move the camera around our valley freely and go to our character or just go anywhere to take a photo, because that 3rd option just doesn't make any sense. The framing of it is, like, weird.
Yeah, it's
You
too
can kind
high.
It's too high.
It's too
Yeah,
high, that's what it
yeah.
is.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't know if they'll ever give us that exact view, like a
Yeah,
full view like that, everything is positive in my opinion
yeah,
about the camera mode, like,
agreed.
everything is headed in the right direction. They Yeah,
They
I
smashed it.
mean,
They've done a great
they
job.
actually killed it with the
And I
camera.
love the fact that they also, I think one of the other best features about the camera mode is that pause button.
Yeah.
We cannot sleep on that pause button because that pause button allows us to really, take one pose and get 3 poses out of it. Like if
Yes.
you wanna get a certain facial expression or, you don't have the exact pose you want, but your character moves around a little bit, you can catch a variety of different poses just using that pause button, which also makes it so much easier when you're trying to take a dream snap because, again, another problem you have is having to wait. You're in that period, you've got your shot set up, the framing is perfect, and
Yeah.
you just wanna get the perfect picture, but you have to wait for your character to do certain things. Being able to pause them while you try to get your background or whatever working as well is like, chef's kiss. They couldn't have done a better job, baby. I
I
love them for
know.
it.
And, like,
I
there's so
do.
many of the options that I feel like they didn't have to give us, like, we would have been happy
Oh, yeah.
without.
Mhm.
Like, for example, obviously hiding villagers was, like, a number 1, like, you needed to have that, but hiding companions, I'm
Mhm.
shocked that they added that without
Oh my gosh.
even us
Love it.
mentioning it.
Mhm.
And, yeah, I mean, it opens up so many poses to not have the companion there
Oh my gosh, yes.
that
Yes.
makes everything unique, so I think
Smart business move too.
they went above and beyond.
They did. Agreed.
Camera.
I will say the critters, well, I guess we'll talk about that too when we get to the premium shop, but they know what they're doing with the critters now. The
Don't
critter posing thing, like the critters in the premium shop coming with like a new pose, they know what they're
they
doing.
I know, but I'm not necessarily happy about it.
I'm not necessarily I'm in between. Like, am I gonna buy them? Yes. Am I happy about buying them? No.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll try to remember to talk about that, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, okay, anything else camera related? The only you mentioned not many bugs. The only bug I've had is other than the aperture thing, which I don't even know if it's a bug. I think I might just be dumb. Um, my rain didn't work until Peter
Oh,
Pan, the
that's right.
update,
Mine didn't
but my
either.
rain overall was broken in the valley, like, it wasn't raining at all. It
Yeah.
acted like it was raining, but it wasn't actually raining.
Yeah, like, you could hear it, but you couldn't see it. That was how
Exactly.
mine was.
Yeah.
Although, if we're being honest, raise your hand in chat. How many of you guys are using the how many of y'all are turning on the rain for your photos or
I
dream
know, yeah. Who here has used rain on purpose in
I
their dream
actually
set?
yeah, we need to know because that's crazy. Who's turning
Because
on
why? Literally,
because
why are you
why
doing
would you
that?
do that?
Yeah.
I'm not it just gets too grayed out. I mean,
When you
I
should be
always use rain
using
actually.
700 fireflies and fireworks.
You need sparkles
That's
galore.
the only way.
That's the only way.
Okay,
Chloe, please.
let's talk about dream snaps for a second because one
Yeah.
of the things that we talked about last time I remember was I was excited about the new camera mode because
Mhm.
I am having a little bit of sparkle fatigue, firefly fatigue,
I am as well.
um just fatigue of that look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
Mhm.
and I've done it. I use them because I need my moonstones too.
Yeah.
And if you look, those are the ones that are always winning. Nothing
Yeah,
else
and
is winning except for Sparkly Sparkle Sparkle
mhm.
Deluxe.
Yep.
So my hope was with the new camera mode that more unique options would have the opportunity to win. I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
Yeah. I don't know either. I feel like it's probably no matter what, that's always gonna be the case. Like, I don't know. I also have sparkle fatigue, and again, this is no shade or shame to anybody who's using sparkles, and that's the type of vibe that you like for your dream snaps because that's totally fine, and it works. We get it. We all do it, but it is kind of exhausting to see a little bit, um, every week. It's just not only sparkles for me, but the excessive clutter.
Yeah, it's so
Like
much.
there's just in some of these dream snaps, there is just stuff everywhere. Like sometimes you can't even really see what's going on in the picture, but I guess it works because when someone's voting, someone stops because they're just like, what is happening here? It forces them to look a little bit longer and maybe they like just vote on that photo, even though it's not obviously not a bad photo, they're still beautiful, but it's just a lot going on. Um, But again, you have to do what works and what's gonna get you the moonstones too, so it's, like, hard to say, but I also have a bit of the sparkle fatigue. I feel like we could do with a little less sparkles. A little bit less.
Yeah. I go back and forth because sometimes I'm like sometimes when I'm doing a dream snap, I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I think looks good, what I like,
Mhm.
what I want to do for this picture. And then sometimes I'm like, I'm literally only focused on doing what I think is gonna get 4K
Yeah.
because I need the moonstones.
Yeah.
And I really should just do what's gonna get me 4K, but sometimes I'm just like creatively, I cannot. I need
Creative
to
block almost.
actually
Yeah.
do something that I like. But I don't know. I think the sparkles are here to stay and it makes me a little bit
Yeah. I think so
upset.
too.
It's just so many. Like it's just so many. It's so
I like
much.
seeing the dream snaps, and, obviously, they're the winning dream snaps of people who have, like, really transformed their environment, not just, like, with excessive clutter, but, like, I love seeing the dream snaps where I can't tell where you are. You've
Right.
created your own little area, it looks completely different from DDV, like, I love seeing those dream snaps because that's kind of, like, proof to what you can create with the items and stuff that we have in the game. But, again, I think people if you gotta get your moonstones. We clearly need moonstones, which we'll talk about later because we've had nothing but more expensive stuff pop up in the premium shop. So, obviously, do whatever you gotta do to get the moonstones, but I'm hoping in the future we'll see maybe another trend take hold where it's not sparkles, but maybe something else, you know?
Right.
But maybe we'll get rainbow fatigue soon.
Yeah. I'm getting there. I think I'm about rainbow fatigued. 'Cause I
Yeah,
mean, it is every single one has rainbow, fireflies,
sparkles,
sparkles.
flowers.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
Mhm.
yeah, I think I've already hit rainbow fatigue, especially after doing like an entire rainbow dream snap. I'm kind of
You mean the most iconic dream snap that you've ever made?
I mean,
I mean,
if
you
that doesn't
basically created a trend.
if I log in
Yeah.
tomorrow
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and I don't have minimum 4K,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I will literally crash out on stream.
N no, if you don't have 4K, I'm hoping that you get, like, 12K. That
I
dream snap is so
I will never shut up about it.
oh, no,
I'm not Lisa
literally
Beth. I'm not like, "Oh, no, little old me, I don't."
yeah.
No, I will add
Oh,
it to my resume.
babe.
It will be everywhere.
The day that I
Yo.
ever, I'm telling you now, if I ever get 12K on a dream snap, it will be at the top of every single screen that I have on my streams for the rest of eternity. It's just gonna say, "Let's Play K got 12K on her dream snap,"
Yeah.
and it's just gonna be everywhere. It'll be in my bios, hashtag 12K queen, like, it's
First
gonna be super
place
annoying.
Dream Snap winner.
Yeah,
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 for
that would
sure.
be me.
Yeah, I'll never shut up about it. Um, okay, yeah, Dream Snaps. I mean, I've gotten 3rd before, and I don't talk about that often. I feel like
I
I
got
got 3rd before it was
yeah.
as intense as it is now. You know what I
I
mean?
got
Like,
2nd place on the 2nd or 3rd Dream Snap ever to exist. So it was like it's not real, you know, like I was happy to get 2nd place, but it wasn't like it wasn't heavily
oh,
competitive at people were still
well, I
learning.
didn't realize that we were
Oh,
having this conversation,
all right.
this
Well,
this little competition.
let's not act
I
like 3rd
got
place is
second
any different.
place.
I got 3rd place. I got 3rd place, but it was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy to think about like I feel like very consistently we know like in our communities is the person that got first,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But I do think that
It
we're the
is
ones who are like hyper
focused on Dream Snaps and
focused and
yeah,
everyone else is just
exactly.
kind of like, "Oh yeah, I'll put a little picture up here."
We're locked in. We're
Do you
locked in when it comes to the
think
Dream Snaps.
okay, speaking of that, I think and I would say that most people agree the Dream Snaps has gotten much more challenging ever since they added showing the top 3,
Mhm.
because I am not convinced that the normal everyday player
Mhm.
knew the level of effort that was
That
going
people are
into them.
competing at.
Like, I'm sure
Mhm.
they were voting and you would occasionally see one, but now,
Yeah.
like, every week you're seeing,
Yeah, exactly how people
"Oh, this." You know what I mean?
I feel like there's positives and negatives to seeing it because the positive side is you can see what's winning. What are people voting for? What does a dream snap essentially need to look like? Like if you study them enough, you can understand the composition, why people got there. Like there's clear indicators when you see a dream snap like that got first place of why it won most of the time. But at the same time, too, if you're not big on decorating, it can be a bit discouraging, I think, to see like
Yeah.
how am I, a person who does not decorate like that, going to ever be able to get, you know, 4K moonstones or 12K moonstones or whatever, because maybe that's just not your skill or talent, which is totally okay. But I think it's a positive and a negative. I know I see them and I'm like, I know exactly why my Dream Snap got 1,200 this
Alright.
week because the competition was thick.
Yep.
Okay. They were showing out on Dream Snaps.
Yeah. Well, I always think mine is really good, and then I see the other ones, and I'm like, "Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just."
I've been humbled so many times. I'd be like, "Oh my god, this dream staff is so, so amazing. I literally killed it," and I go and look at the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place, and I'm like, "Oh, baby, that was a basic dream snap and you didn't
Yeah.
know it." Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Mhm.
good. Um,
I need a picture. I need a face with the dream snap photo because I need to know who's making these things.
same, same.
Crazy.
Well, Lisa Beth.
Lisa Beth, there's that. Yeah, we know
Just
it's
just
Lisa's
imagine
one of
her
them.
face, so every time you look at first, because that's what it is. I don't know what to tell
Honestly,
you.
I'm not convinced that Lisa Beth is winning 1st place, 2nd place, and 3rd place because she
She's
has an
on all
account
of her
on
accounts.
all of her alt accounts are also winning Dreamstone competition. At this point, if she came out and was like, "Actually, it's
I
been
wish it
me."
showed, like, the name at the bottom, and it's just
Oh
like
my
Lisa Beth,
god.
Lisa Beth, Lisa Beth every time. Oh my gosh.
I honestly would not be shocked. I would not be shocked. That is
The other
hilarious.
thing I want to talk about in Dream Snaps, just as
Mhm.
like a little check-in, I see
Yeah.
people talking about, I feel like everyone kind of has their certain strategy with voting for Dream
Mhm.
Snaps. Because I do try to vote every week. I just do the bare minimum. I'm not a big
Yep.
voter.
Yep.
Um, I personally am still someone who I just vote for the better picture. I
Yep.
don't I I hardly ever even remember what the theme is. I mean, sometimes I think it will register and I'm like, I
Yeah.
think like this past time, it was like doing that thing where the pirate ones were showing up instead of the pride
Oh, yeah, like,
ones.
sometimes it pulls
And
in,
I
like,
was
the
like,
wrong.
okay, these aren't right, but I just click on one and just vote. Um,
Mhm.
how do you do it? Are you like, which one fits the theme the
Um
best? Are you
So I'm a little bit more selective, I feel like, when I'm voting. I don't like to spend a lot of time on it, but like I usually do vote for the better picture. But if I see a better picture and it's not on theme with the Dream Snap theme, and I see another picture which is not good, but also I don't want to say not good, not better than the picture I'm looking at, but is on theme, I'll vote for that one
okay?
most of the time. But if I get two pictures and, you know, there's one that's just like no effort and then one that's off theme, but a really good photo, I'll vote for that one. So it really depends. But I try to be mindful of like the theme for one. Like, for example, I am never voting for a picture. Like, if, well, I say never, but I'm not voting for a selfie photo if it's an outfit dream snap. Like, I'll almost always pick whatever the other picture is, even if the selfie photo is like literally stunning.
Right.
I'll still pick whatever outfit picture is next to it. Um, but yeah, sometimes I'll be honest, sometimes I just click through and I'm just like, I'm just trying to get my 50
Same.
moonstones. So I'll just vote really, really quickly. I typically don't skip at all because for me, I only would skip if it's something like inappropriate or something like that. But like,
Mhm.
I don't skip just because it's like, these people are just trying to get moonstones at the end of the day. I don't want to hold them back. Like if you didn't put any effort into a photo, it takes nothing for me to like, just click and vote and give you your moonstone. So I try not to skip. But I do skip if it is inappropriate.
Yeah.
So
I don't like the skip option. Like, I like having the skip option. Let me rephrase. I
mhm.
don't like how it's implemented. Like, I want to just, because doesn't it, you hit skip and it like closes you out and you have to go back in?
I don't know. I haven't done it in so long. Does it
I'm
close you all the
pretty
way out?
sure it like closes out and you go back into voting. I just want it to like go to the next. Am I
Yeah.
wrong? And that's how it works. I also don't do it often.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Or am
Can
I
anybody
just
confirm?
remembering? Okay, it just
It just
reloads new.
reloads new.
Okay,
Mhm.
then I'm wrong. Maybe I just haven't skipped. Maybe I just used to do the little back out thing
Yeah.
that people would do.
Yeah, because I think you
Uh,
can what is it? It allows you to just close out and then you can open back up and just do whatever, however many new votes that you wanna do.
I don't know. I guess I
Yeah,
don't skip enough.
I honestly don't. I never skip, so I just
Y'all are skipping frequently? Why?
I know, I see a lot of people saying they
I'm
skip, which is so
curious. What's
interesting.
the reason? Oscar has a good point that part of the problem is that the dream snap tasks are in the star path. So people who don't even want to do dream snaps are forced to do them.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Hi, Oscar, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's a good point. I mean, I know I just snap a picture really quickly just to get those dream snap tasks done. Sometimes I forget that I didn't do my dream snap, and so then I'm stuck with whatever photo that I took. But yeah, I think also though, if you don't feel like doing a dream snap, just taking a picture to suffice to submit, at least you get, 300 moonstones for submitting something, I guess. But also I don't like the idea of people being forced to do it if they don't want to.
Am I being too, I guess I'm just trying to understand, like, I wonder in the coding,
Mhm.
like, don't get me started on a rant about people trying to figure out the algorithm for dream snaps because
Oh, yeah.
that will set me off. But I guess I'm just wondering, like, in the code, like, what's happening when people are skipping? Does it just like act like that vote never happened?
Yeah,
Or
I wonder if it, like, does stop showing it as much, if that makes sense. Like, is there some type of negative impact for when someone is skipped that it's like, "Okay, we're gonna show this dream snap to less people?" I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I
I felt
just
I don't know. Haley, please.
I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I go back and forth. I'm probably such a hypocrite right now, but I'm kind of like it's not that serious and I just click on one.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I think it depends on who you are as a person because I know a lot of people I get both sides because you have the side where people spend a lot of time on dream snaps and put in a lot of effort. So I could see why for someone who is really trying to compete and putting a lot of effort in, seeing a photo that took no effort at all could be, frustrating or annoying. But at the same time, too, I think on the other side, there are people who just want to help everybody else get their moonstones. Like it's not really a big deal.
Right.
I don't think there's really a right or wrong. Like DDV gave you the option to skip, and if you want to use it, I guess use it. I just do. I don't think I would be shocked to find out that DDV, which we'll never know. I'd be shocked to find out that they were actually negatively impacting people's performance. Like obviously it impacts it in some type of way because you're not getting a vote, but I don't see DDV not showing that dream snap to the next person, if that makes sense. Like I feel like they
Right.
just try to show it again and you get your vote.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Oh, Elle has a
mm,
good point. Ooh.
don't tell her that.
Elle says, I fully believe there are great dream snaps that aren't getting votes because we're only doing the bare minimum when voting.
But I'm not going to sit there for an hour and vote. I'll leave that for y'all to do. I'm not doing it. Like, I don't know. If I got more moonstones, the more I voted, then I would do it. But I'm not gonna.
Ooh. I feel like that's a good wait, okay, wait. Okay, good point. Do you think that your moonstone should maybe have a cap, but it depends on how many times you vote in a session? So, like, let's say instead of the 50 that you get for 10 votes, if you do 20, you get another whatever amount. If you do 30, you get whatever amount. If you do 100, you get a max amount of blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Would that incentivize you to vote more?
I like Oscar. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Oscar says it should be 50 moonstones per day for voting. I agree. I like that much better. I
Ooh,
mean, because
that is
that's like a login bonus amount
it's
of
a login
moonstones.
incentives. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the same as a daily chest, and you're actually
Okay.
doing something. I
Big
agree.
brain.
50 a
Yeah.
week is crazy. And yeah, of course I'm going to do the bare minimum because
50 a week is really when you think about it, you can just run around your valley and get a moonstone chest really quickly for 50.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's really I've never really thought about it too hard, but, like, it's really not a lot of moonstones at all.
Yeah, it's nothing. That's you picked up a penny on the side of the street.
Help me, I'm full.
Like,
Might I have a bit of
what do
change,
I
sir?
mean? Yeah, I mean, no.
I mean, I don't love the idea of login incentives because those drain me very quickly. However, it being an optional thing to go in and, like, whenever I'm streaming, I can just do a round of voting to get another 50 moonstones for the day. I think that that could be a really cool incentive to get more people voting more often.
Are the chests still 50 moonstones?
Yes. It's
What were
50
they
because they were
before?
10. I think they
10.
were like 10, which if you guys are new to DDV, my OG girlies and guys stand up because we were living in some hard times.
Trying times.
We were living in trying
We're
times, okay? Like, it was tough out here for moonstones. But yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like they could definitely and that's another thing too. I would hope to see in the future that they would increase our chests from 50 to at least 100.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know, I feel like 100 is not that much. I know they don't wanna just give away the currency that we use to buy stuff, but I'm just like, 50?
But the chests are weekly, right?
I think they're daily. Are they weekly?
I don't remember. I so rarely even find them because they're just
They're daily.
strewn about my valley. Like, how am I ever gonna find those?
Yeah, I have to go into my furniture mode and, like, look in a bird's eye view to try to find them.
Daily?
Yeah, it's daily.
Just what a nightmare. What a literal nightmare to try to find. Can we talk
Yeah,
about that for a second? Like, for a game, and I promise, look, there's 300 of you here.
yeah.
Put away your pens and pencils. Put away your twit longer. Don't rest your fingers. I don't need to see any thumbs tapping away. Tap, tap, tippity tap.
Let's all take a deep breath
Yeah,
now.
she's the most negative person on the internet. No,
Why did you turn into an old lady?
no.
Thank you, Mom.
Close it out, okay? Um,
Please.
but for a game that is so heavily focused on decorating, can we talk about how miserable it is if you've actually
Oh
decorated
my god.
to play?
It is bad. You're not finding anything.
The amount of things. You can't find resources. I can hardly get to my mining nodes, which I realize is my fault, but I want to be able to decorate how I want. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I get it.
Um,
Mhm.
don't even get me started on if there's any quest that leads me out into my valley and they are stuck on something
Oh my gosh, the Cheshire Cat event with the little holes that you have to find and dig up.
that, yes, the little rabbit that came out for Alice in Wonderland couldn't
Oh
find
gosh,
him.
I lost that rabbit and started panicking on stream because I was like, "I'm not gonna be able to I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna be able to finish this stream right
I never
now."
found all those cracks.
Uh,
I
oh
still
my god.
find I find eggs.
Yeah.
I
I
find
have eggs
buttons.
everywhere. I might find a four-leaf clover hiding somewhere in my valley at
Oh
this
my
point.
gosh, trying to find a squirrel.
Yeah.
Can't do
Oh, forget about
that.
it. Forget about I feel like and here's the thing, speaking of moonstone chests, why don't they just send it to your mailbox? If you log in, here's 50 moonstones.
Because they don't want you to get it because it's not going to respawn unless you find it.
Mm.
They don't want
See,
you to get
I get the
them.
collection. I do the thing where I log in after a couple of days and then I go find all 3 chests because I think you get a maximum of 3 in your valley for
You
the days
do?
that
I see, I never actively try to find them. I'll just be walking around and I'm like, "Ooh, there's a chest."
oh,
I'm
yeah,
never actively looking.
when I remember, I go into my furniture mode and I go bird's eye view to find them, and I'll find where they're all at and then go to the bottom. Because I'm like, listen, it's hard out here. The only time I remember to do it is specifically when a premium shop is about to either refresh or has refreshed, and I'm like, I'm a little short.
Yeah.
Might I need some moonstones? So
I
yeah,
just can't. They're hard to find. I can't even find them in furniture mode. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
your valley's not decorated to like mine. I
Okay,
do have
well,
a
whoa!
completely decorated valley.
This is
So,
crazy. When I came to the podcast today, I was thinking to myself, this was going to be a smooth and joyous ride, and yet here I am. Can I would just like to say, my valley is slightly decorated.
okay, yeah, one little section of your meadow.
My sliver of meadow is decorated with lots of
That
flowers
one
and
house.
mushrooms. Oh, excuse me, Miss. I've got my entire valley decorated. Well, haha, jokes on you. You
Wait,
can't
were
find
you there the
anything.
other day? Do you know that? Tell me you know that TikTok sound that's like, "Oh, it's a strawberry," and then it's like, "Oh, it's a
Oh, it's a
strawberry,"
strawberry.
and then,
Oh,
"Oh,
it's
it's a
a
straw." Yeah.
strawberry.
I was
No.
talking about how the first one, like, imagine a TikTok where it was like Steph's farm
Oh
island.
yeah. Mhm.
Like, "Oh, it's a
Oh, it's a
strawberry," and
strawberry.
then it's your farm island, like, "Oh, it's a
Oh,
strawberry,"
it's a
and
strawberry.
then my little patch of farm,
It's
like.
a
I could use that same audio going from my plaza area. It would say, "Oh, it's a strawberry." Going into the meadow, "Oh, it's a strawberry." And going to the anywhere else in the valley. Oh my
Oh my
god. That
gosh.
audio is actually so good.
So funny. So,
Yeah.
so funny. Like, yeah, because don't get me started on Steph's farm island.
She just I mean, I made mine and then I almost legit went in and deleted everything. So, there's
Yeah.
that.
I haven't even
Yep.
started one, so, you know.
Yeah, one's in the chat if you guys have floating farm islands. One's in
Yeah.
the chat for anybody with a
Mm.
floating farm island. We just wanna see something for science.
And also, while you're chatting, you should also like the stream because over 100 of you have not, which is kind of
Yes. And
crazy.
welcome into all 337 of you guys watching. Thank you so much.
So many of you have one.
That's a lot. That's
I
crazy.
was not
That's actually
expecting
insane.
so many ones.
Not the negative one. Day, please. I just cannot.
Wow.
Wow. Steph, we really
Okay.
didn't need you to put a one in the chat. We were
Yeah,
just talking about
literally.
it. That's a bit much, Steph. Okay, thanks.
um, okay. So our complaint is obviously if the valley's decorated, it's difficult to do these quests and things.
Yes.
My solution to that, because I do always like to offer a solution
Mhm.
when I do have a complaint. And my solution is to have these quests be in realms
Mhm.
because it would give you a reason to go back to the realm.
Yep.
Everyone's realm is the same. And
Easier to find
so
stuff.
I enjoyed more finding the little paw prints.
Yep.
I know that some people didn't like it, like going to the Aladdin realm. That was
Yeah.
so much better to me than having to
Yeah.
try to find it in my valley
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
there's
for
no way.
well, my thing I mean, I see the Aladdin realm being a problem just because it's, like, in a confusing area to go to, but, like, let's just say you visit Remy's or anybody else's realm, you can easily kind of run through and find this stuff because the other issue too with some of these quests, especially, like, the digging quests, going around and digging up holes in your valley for, your decorated valley, they can land on your paving, like, it can land anywhere, and it's like,
Mhm.
I don't wanna mess up the work that I've done in my valley specifically to just satisfy some type of event. So I like the idea of going to a realm personally. um or if there's just I don't even know what the other solution would be. Like realm seems like the only real solution because not everybody's going to have floating islands unlocked.
But also, not everyone will have the realms unlocked. So, how do you feel about that? Like,
Mm,
some of these events are not accessible if they're in a realm. Like, you have to unlock those characters. Are you okay with that? Because it's like, oh, well, you need to make the progress in the
I f
game to
I
access
feel
it,
like
or
the only way that that would work in a way that wouldn't completely infuriate people is if they did events constantly throughout the year and repeat the events constantly throughout the year because right now what they do is seasonal events. So this one is like the marshmallows right now, it's a summer event. If someone doesn't have a specific realm unlocked or they're a new player, they won't be able to participate in the event until next year. So like for that, it's kind of gated in a sense, and I don't think that that would be well received within the community, you know?
but I mean, where's the line?
I
Where's
don't know.
the like, what are they supposed to do as an event? Because we have the same issue with Star Paths,
Yeah.
because some of them, and I have a fix for the Star Path one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't make it a specific character. That's easy. If you
Yeah.
do gift so and so village, gift any villager so many times,
Mhm.
done, solved. Talk to someone,
Yeah.
do their daily, solved. We don't have, it doesn't have to be someone specific.
Is there a way where they could just start incorporating events that doesn't require us to find things, but more like maybe we source things or craft things? Like I just feel like the whole effort of having to look around is the real problem. And in people's
Yeah.
decorated valleys, that's a problem. So if we spent less time focusing on we have just randomly scattered around, all
Oh,
of these marshmallows or randomly scattered around all these places for you to dig, and instead they make it to where hey you have to use the resources in your valley to craft something or whatever, like make it easier for us to just create something instead of having to find things like yeah, or create a new puzzle task. Like we have that whole entire castle where it could be like one room we go to for events and it has some type of new puzzle
oh,
or
that would be
something that
fun.
yeah, I like
Like
that
a
idea.
new
Planet
place.
Planet just put that in chat. I love the idea of like doing some type of, going to the same place, but maybe it's just like redecorated every time for a specific event.
Yes, like an
And we
event realm, and it would
exactly.
change for the event and
Ooh,
everyone
I
could
love
access
that.
it.
Yes, an event realm. And then you can go into that realm and maybe that's where you go find the stuff every 15 minutes when it regenerates an enrichment room. Yeah, an
Yeah,
enrichment room.
I
That's
like that a
actually
lot.
I love that idea. And that would allow them
Mhm.
to make something really cool. It doesn't have to be something like super fancy, but at least you could make something really cool and,
Yeah,
and it keeps our valleys really, allow us to just focus on keeping our valleys looking the way we want. Cuz I think it
yeah,
discourages a lot of people to decorate because they're like I don't want to have to search around for my quest stuff like endlessly.
yeah. I feel like they could, well, yeah. No, I feel like they could add in other things that happen in the valley too. Like, what if instead of the eggs being all over my valley,
Yeah.
Goofy was just selling
Eggs.
eggs and egg seeds?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And we could
Yep.
just go buy the eggs from Goofy. That would give us a reason to use our coins because we don't have many of
Mhm.
those. And then he sold egg seeds, and you could plant the ones
Yeah.
that you needed to that way. And then
Or you
bam,
trade.
you're
Instead of
done.
buying, since star coins are so easily accessible now, maybe it's a trade. Like if you catch X amount of a certain type of fish, then you can go and trade that for X amount of eggs or
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. So then it influences you to be like fishing and stuff like that. So you could like trade. But that could be a good way too of us not having to find stuff, but just doing the normal activities in our valley and then trading to get the resources we need.
Yeah.
I think that
I
I
feel
those
like
are
an
two great
event
options.
realm might be one of the best ideas that we've had on the podcast.
That's a stunning, amazing,
So
beautiful, perfect, fantastic, wonderful. I love
write
it.
that down.
I'm just saying it. DDV, I don't know if you're out there, but if you're listening, we're here for you.
Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, this is why I don't know what kind of playtesting they're doing.
Mhm.
I don't know what kind of playtesting they're doing. But like, this is why they need to actually talk to people who play the game.
Yeah.
Because clearly whoever's designing the events is not playing.
Right.
At least in the way that we're playing. And like, maybe I'm not playing in the way that it was intended to be played.
Yeah, I no, I doubt it.
because
Because imagine I imagine that the people who are or the who's making the events or playing the game are playing in a fully undecorated valley. Like DDV does not have an entire decorated like even when they run around in their videos, it's just like, stuff is whatever. It just looks like a minimally decorated area. I feel like they do need to be talking to people because as we move forward too, it is a decorating game. Like, I don't think anybody looks at DDV and doesn't classify it in some type of way as a decorating game. That is what it is. We're
Mhm.
doing it for Dream Snaps. We're doing nothing but finding new furniture and new items that we're collecting through friendship rewards and whatever, so you're meant to decorate. So making it harder to find things in a game where you've influenced us to decorate just doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Right. Yeah, because everything leads to getting more stuff
Yep.
to then decorate, either to decorate your valley or to decorate for dream snaps.
Yeah.
Either way, and you don't have to do those things, but, like, that's kind of the guidance that you're
Yeah.
getting and the
Exactly.
reason. Like, that's the item that you're obtaining to, like, flex. I mean, obviously, there's quests and stuff that you're doing along the way, but
That's part of it. You do
all
all
to
the
get
quests.
stuff.
Exactly. It's all to get new items, new stuff, new clothing, new furniture, new cosmetics, whatever.
Mm.
Yeah. I think good
Yep.
ideas though.
I think
Solid ideas.
Yeah, I think that led to a good place. I
Yeah, it
like
did.
that.
That
A
that really
little bent
released.
realm. And it could
Yeah.
change. Oh, it would be so cool.
It could be so cool. I love it. And it's literally isolated. It could be created even like how in Infinity Nikki does it. You go through a little door and it transports you into this new area and that's
Yeah.
your event. You complete it.
We
Whatever.
gotta go look at Nikki again.
At this point.
DDV, you did the camera mode. We know you looked at Nikki. Look at Nikki. But
One more time.
I want them to be more unique than Nikki. If they were to do, because I felt like Nikki, the event, like the realm things that you were doing, they were all kind of the
Yeah.
same. Like you're just
Yeah, they
jumping
were.
around every time.
Mhm.
But I feel like they could be unique in just the way that the realms were themed. Like
Yeah, of
imagine
course.
right now, okay, we're doing the marshmallow event, right? Imagine you
Mhm.
walk into a realm and it's like a campfire. You've got like a
Yes.
whole camping area
It's like a big
designed.
forest area with, like,
Yes.
campfires and stuff around. Yeah, that would be so cool.
Yes, and they could even have I think they could even have, like, some of the villagers in there, like, walking around, and maybe, like, they have
Oh,
tasks
yeah.
for you to do or
Mhm.
whatever,
I
and
love
you
it.
oh my god.
It could be so good. It's genius. It's literally genius.
Are we game developers?
Yes.
Maybe lack of sleep is good for us.
I think so. I think the less we sleep, the better our dry brains work. So, obviously.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
now
Yeah. Alright, what's
since
next?
we've talked about that, let's talk about the uncrafting station really quickly. What are your thoughts about that?
I think it is one of the ugliest things I've ever seen.
Well, you couldn't be more accurate.
I personally hate the way that it looks, but that's fine.
I the only thing
Um,
I like about it is the little critters that are sitting on it that are like bopping around. Other than
yeah.
that, I need skins for that. I need skins immediately. Put them in the premium shop. I don't care where you put them, but
No.
I need
Oh
to
my
reskin it.
gosh. I don't want a skin for it. I just want to just give me another option like a crafting table. Like
Oh, put the
just give
uncrafting
me
in the crafting table.
yeah. Like
Smart.
let me just give me different themes of uncrafting stations just like there's different themes of crafting stations. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I actually like
um
that idea a lot.
I like I like its purpose. I think it was
Mhm.
needed.
Agreed.
I
But there are certain things you can't
I
uncraft that you
I
should be able
don't
to.
I actually don't think it was needed in the way that I think they could have done it a different way. I think
What
I
way do
should
you
have
think?
just been able to go to the crafting station and or like clicked on an item and uncrafted it. You know what I mean?
And
Like
not
I
use
think I could
Dreamlight?
have just yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I think I don't have a lot of Dreamlight. I have
I
like no
never
Dreamlight right now
I
actually.
literally have no Dreamlight 24/7. And before everybody in chat
Are you gonna
goes,
go I've got 2 million
Go.
Dreamlight. I have so much Dreamlight, I don't even know what to do with it.
Before, okay, I'm proud of you. But I,
I'm not.
myself, I have please.
I'm mad.
Oh, please. I personally don't have I have none. I think right now I have like
I
maybe 5 to 8,000 Dreamlight.
I think I might have like 1,000.
Oof. Yeah. And listen, the more things that they keep bringing that require me drink, like I haven't expanded a single chest. This, okay, that's another thing because I believe that the Alice in Wonderland update brought the chest expansion, right? Where we could expand our chest using Dreamlight.
Yes.
Why would I do that instead of crafting or purchasing a chest that has the storage that I need? Like y'all brought the Aladdin chest and I can just make that one with resources and it's a large chest with all of the storage space. Why would I spend, and also it's not even a little bit of Dreamlight, it's like 8,000 Dreamlight
So much.
to expand one storage chest. To me, I understand they want people to spend their Dreamlight, but to me, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to craft one or I'm just going to buy it. Like I'm not going to I'm not expanding it.
Yeah. I think the only reason, like, I am a little bit sad because, like, I like the way the Aladdin ones look,
Yeah.
but I think I prefer the way the other ones look
The
just
little brown
for my
boxes.
aesthetic.
Mhm.
Um, so I think aesthetically is the only reason, but I think you're right. Like, I'm at the point where it's like, I do think I'm going to go the Aladdin route.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need to do it soon, honestly. I was a little bit shocked that they didn't change that in the
But
last update. I thought that they
oh.
were gonna make it so the Aladdin ones cost Streamlight to
Oh
craft.
no, do you think they'll change that?
I feel
No.
like in the future they probably will.
I would be so upset.
Because like that just seems like an oversight to me.
Yeah. Like it's
What
not the
is
same.
can someone tell me exactly what is used to craft it? Is it an
The
easy
Aladdin chest?
craftable or is it
Yeah, I think it's just hardwood because I made a bunch for my farm island. I think it's just like some type of wood. So it's farm wood or not farm wood.
farmwood?
It's hardwood. It's either hardwood or softwood and some iron, I think.
Okay, so if you've been playing a while, you probably have the resources to craft quite a few.
Yes. Like it's
Um,
literally the most basic resources in the game. I was shocked to see that. Farmwood, y'all. That's a new name.
her farm island.
Yeah.
Um, okay, yeah, I should probably craft some and
Same.
then it is like an annoying process though to change out the chests and do all the
Which
things and
which is the only benefit to expanding via Dreamlight because then you can make your chest that you already have all of your stuff in, you just
just expand
expand
it.
and you don't have to worry about pulling everything out. So that's the positive there.
Okay, when you uncraft the chest, because I've seen a lot of people doing that, are you
Mhm.
getting back the same amount of Dreamlight? Or you're netting negative, right?
I
From
haven't
what you
uncrafted
spent?
anything with Dreamlight, so I'm curious about that. It's quicker. Aladdin chests require less dark wood. Yes. Okay, so it's the L says yes, you
Yes
get
to
it back.
what? You get it back or you're netting
Yeah.
negative? There were two.
Oh.
You get more than you spend, but are you losing in the overall? Because you spent some to make the chest, and then
Mhm.
you're spending some to uncraft. Are you netting positive? Or you're equal or you're net negative? Y'all are just saying
Yes.
yes, and
The answer is just
yes is not an option for an answer. This is not a yes or no question. This is
yes. Farmwood is coming in the next
please.
DLC. I want you guys to know that.
There's no way you get more. You're gaining?
Net negative, but barely.
Okay, we've got a net gain, we've got a net negative. Chat?
Who knows? Nobody knows. Oh, she's gone.
Are y'all okay? What's the math? I need the math.
They either say yes
Yeah,
or
I know. Like, what is happening?
oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm looking to see. Okay, so you spent Dreamlight. We're talking about one chest. Let's just talk about one. You spent Dreamlight to craft this large. We're going to talk large chests here because that's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how much it is to craft that, right?
Mhm.
Then you're spending Dreamlight to uncraft it.
Right.
What's the.
I think what happens if you spend the Dreamlight, it subtracts from whatever Dreamlight you get back. So if you have to spend 800 Dreamlight and you get 8K Dreamlight back, then it's whatever
I know, but is
whatever
that
8,000
more or
minus 800.
less than the Dreamlight that I spent to craft the large chest?
Oh, you're wondering how much the large chest
What's the
costs to craft.
total net loss?
Kato, why are you asking this question? It's too early.
I
It is.
want to know how much Dreamlight I've lost by crafting these chests.
Somebody, please. Hello. Okay, large chest.
Someone's saying 8,500 to craft and someone's saying 1,000 to craft.
Okay, I have it right here. Hold on.
It's a Disney game. The
It
total net loss
requires 8,500 to craft
to craft a
Dreamlight, to
large
craft
chest.
a medium red chest. A
A
large
medium.
chest. Why does it say medium?
Okay,
Upgraded.
thank you. Okay. Oscar says 5,000 to craft. Wait, what? You just said 8,500. Oscar saying
Okay,
5,000.
so you need 1,500 to craft a small yellow chest. Then you'll need uh another 8,500 to craft a medium chest.
Why can't I just craft a large chest?
Or a large. Or I'm confused.
Okay, they're saying
Essentially,
5,000. Okay, if you start, okay, I think what they're
okay.
saying is if you
Okay.
started at a large, you're only spending 5,000. If you're having to upgrade, you're spending more.
Okay.
Okay, that math, yes, I do remember that because I remember it being stupid. There is no reason I should have to spend more
Dun, 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 dun,
to
dun, dun, dun.
upgrade.
Wow, my brain is dry.
Okay, so 5,000 to craft it. Where's Oscar's thing?
Oscar says, Kay, you're reading the
1,400
upgrading.
to
Okay, you're right.
uncraft.
Oh, it's upgraded from. That's where I was reading. Yes, you're right, Oscar. You're right.
And then you're gaining 3,600. So it's net equal. If you crafted it initially, am I doing that math right? So to craft it straight to a large is 5,000. Subtracting the, I don't know why I care so much.
I don't know. I. Hey, this information is important. That's what we
Subtracting
know.
the 1,400 to uncraft. And then you get 3,600 back. That's net equal.
Are you a business owner? What net equal is a crazy word to say this early in the morning. I just want you to know. Thank you guys for all the follows on Valley Talk Pod on Twitter. By the way, we have
Oh, you're
39 votes.
losing the 1,400. You're losing the 1,400. Okay. I'm on the
Got
same
it.
page. I'm on the same page.
We're here now.
Ashley, thank you for the 60 months. Okay, because you spent the 1,400. Okay, yes. Okay, I am understanding. I'm understanding. Okay, so you initially spent 5,000. You're spending the 1,400. You're getting 3,600 back. So you're technically losing 2,800 total. Okay.
Perfect. And now we have the answer.
I'm about to ban L.
Not banning L. That's crazy.
Okay. Anyways.
Well, either way, the uncrafting
Anyways.
station is a 50-50.
It's
We
ugly.
love it. We hate it. We hate that it's ugly. Love that it allows us to uncraft, but it also could be a bit better
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. Okay.
I was in my head, I was saying it's equal because the 3,600 matched the 3,600 that what Oscar was saying. And I wasn't thinking about the fact that I spent 5,000 on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah.
All right. Let's switch. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Peter Pan Mysteries of Skull Rock update and our thoughts, because how exciting. I think, me personally, the Mysteries of Skull Rock free content update was one of the best ones we've had in a while. In terms of The content was really good, but for me, the quality of life stuff that came with it, really, really good. What do you think?
I don't even remember what quality of life stuff came.
So we have well, I guess quality of life is probably not the best word, but we have new like we have the Riverland kit that we're going to talk about.
Oh,
We
yeah,
got
yeah.
we've got the companion skills and leveling,
Oh, the grid, yeah.
e- all that kind of stuff. The grid
Okay.
update, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so let me just preface this by saying I was never a Skull Rock
Fanatic.
fanatic. Is a good
Mhm.
word.
Yes, yes.
I was never in the camp of the Skull Rock is the end all be all, just like I'm not in the camp of the cauldron being the end all be all. And
All
what I'm
right.
gonna say is I don't see y'all's cauldrons in all your dream snaps. I don't see cauldrons all
Well,
over your
well,
valleys.
you just wait until spooky season when you make a cauldron dream snap. You have cauldrons all around you and
You
green
should
smoke
well,
coming
I
out.
should see cauldrons every single dream snap. Cause the way
Mhm.
that y'all were up in arms about this cauldron.
I'm really happy with
Anyways,
it.
um, yeah, I was never a Skull Rock person. Like I always knew like something was going to be there, like it was going to be something,
Mhm.
but the way people were feral for Skull Rock, I never understood. Like I just was never there on the
I
same
think
page. We were literally in different novels.
okay.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? The
Yeah.
whole different worlds. I enjoyed what went on in Skull Rock. I don't know how much we want to talk about it. I don't know if it's a spoiler to talk about it. I don't know.
Probably not now. I feel like people have probably played through most of it.
Yeah. I thought the quests were great in there.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was once we saw the trailer, I will say this. Once we
Mhm.
saw the trailer, I was a little bit hopeful that the ship was going to take us
Somewhere else.
somewhere else.
Mm. Yeah,
Now,
because of the
thinking
map,
back, it
right?
doesn't make sense
Mhm.
because like why would they do that when they've got the DLC area, like something like that is going to
Take it
happen
somewhere.
there.
Mhm.
Um but but I am super happy that the forgotten thing finally progressed.
Yeah.
I feel like we've gotten a little bit more closure to that. Like,
Mhm.
okay, she's here. That's that. I feel like that's
Yep.
done now, right? Like, I feel like this was the closure of that. And now we're
Kind
on
of,
to the
yeah.
next.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like they're going to have to step it up. And I don't know what they're going to do for this next free storyline, but
Yeah.
there's got to be something.
I don't like for me, I don't know. I feel like the storyline is still and I haven't finished Peter Pan's quest, so maybe as I go through those, maybe it'll be better, but like I feel like the storyline still has no close. Like after
Really?
doing
I
it
feel like the close was just like, okay, she's here now. I feel like that's just the
why
close.
okay,
Like it's just like, okay, yeah,
she's just a part of the valley
she's just
now.
here.
I guess I could see that, but like when are the night thorns going away?
They're not.
I don't
They
like
can
that.
never go away
I know that
because
they never want to remove them, but I need them to do something else because the thing about the night thorns, I
well, they'll
remember
just
when we
give you
first
inkies or blinkies or tinkies. Like, what do you mean? Like,
Pinkies is an insane thing to say. I just want you
there's always
I just feel like they should have. I personally, and I know that this is not a popular opinion, but I personally feel like the Forgotten should have gone away. She should not have been staying in the valley. I don't think it makes sense that
wow.
regardless of the storyline or why they are who they were a duplicate of our past selves. And now that we're back, they should eventually, once moving through the quest line, to me, it makes sense that they disappear. Okay. Like we do the quest, we solve our unhappiness that we were experiencing because she's basically a fabrication of our unhappiness and the things we were struggling with as a child, assembly. Like we should have healed that and she should have gone away. Even if the Nightthorns stay, I feel like she should go or they should go because I guess it depends
Should
on
she
who you
have
are.
been, like, sucked back into your body?
Yeah, like,
Like,
I
you
would have
just
loved to see
step
you
in
know?
yeah, that kind of
Give
would have
me
been cool.
some cool cutscene, like, at the beginning where it's like we reabsorb, there's a big purple explosion, and then, like, it's all sunny and happiness again, and boom, we're done. But I feel like she should have been gone because now she's just, she's just there.
Mhm.
And I don't for me, it doesn't make a it doesn't
One
make a lot
last
of
little
sense.
song, and then she absorbs.
And we're done. Yeah, I just would have loved
Uh,
to hear her la 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 la, and I just hear it evaporate, and we're
yeah.
done. Because to me, it just doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Why does our past trauma get to just roam around? Like, let's heal her. Let's
Yeah,
heal our
she's
inner child.
forever looming is kind of a
And I don't feel like she fits in. She's not the vibes. You know, it's just I don't know. I don't know. That's just me personally. I get why people like her. But I just feel like it would have made more sense if she was healed. And I guess that's why the storyline feels kind of unfinished. But maybe the main storyline is supposed to continually feel unfinished because they're just going to keep bringing free content updates.
I
But
mean,
like you
would
said,
you feel sad at all? Like, okay, I think that they're scared. I think they're scared to close any chapters, if I'm
mhm,
being honest. Like, everything that they add is, like, kind of this ongoing, continuous thing.
yeah,
Like, how would you feel in a valley where the forgotten is gone, she's sucked back into your body, that whole
mhm,
portal is closed, like, it disappears, all of your night thorns are gone,
yes,
the forgotten lands has been, like, revived in a
sounds
way,
wonderful.
like,
Yeah,
you would be
that
happy
sounds
with
great.
that, you
I
can
would be
never go
so happy.
back.
I would be so happy because but the only way that they would do that it would make sense is like I imagine is act 1, act 2, act 3, act 4, whatever. So like we solve one chapter that gets resolved and then maybe we move on to some new iteration of whatever is affecting our valley in the next act. And then we solve that, put a close to that and then we move on to another act and they all have different themes even if they're similar in a way. But like like again, it just doesn't make sense to me. She moves to our island. Well, she comes to our island officially. She stays, but she still lives in that freaking rundown, broken up, crappy castle. She doesn't get a real house to put down anywhere. So, I mean, I guess I get the idea of running back to the castle, but it's just a mess in there. Like, it's just a bunch of broken things. I don't know. To me, it's just personal to me. I think that it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, at least if you were gonna move her in as a villager, give her a house that I can finally place down where she can live. Maybe it's still themed to her, but at least she's, like, living in some type of happiness. My girl's still living in squalor.
Yeah. What if she could live in your basement? Would you let her?
No, absolutely not. She cannot be anywhere near me. She has to she's gotta if she existed in my
Uh,
house, I would literally rage. Like, if I had to go in my house and see her every single day, I would lose my mind.
yeah, I mean, I do think that they're kinda stuck, and it's interesting because I don't know about y'all, and I don't know the definition. I consider GDV like a live service game,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's an
Mhm.
ongoing I know that it's not free to play, but, like, it has those same mechanics, let's be
Mhm.
real, the whole thing
Yeah.
happened, whatever.
Mhm.
So it is different in that sense, and so I don't know exactly how typically these storylines get closed and moved on to the next
Right.
without impacting the new player coming in.
Right.
Because then it impacts, like, okay, well, we can no longer have um like the night thorn removal on star paths.
Mhm.
You can't have it for dreamlight duties. You can't have it for, like, there's only so many things that they can realistically get rid of without adding new. But then, like, how does that impact the
Why don't they just
difference in gameplay from someone just starting now to us?
Mhm. I
I
feel
don't
like they
know.
could just make an iteration of like a star path task being like clean up your valley, and that version of clean up your valley means to pick up night thorns, or if you're in act 2 or act 3, it's whatever iteration of what the night thorns are, and that's what you clean
Oh,
up.
so you think it would be just like the DLCs, like they have a new thing plaguing the valley?
Yeah, so
But there's
maybe
just
it's not
always a
there's
goopy
always
loopy doopy
yeah.
running around, yeah.
Or we have tons of villains, so let's
I
just
don't
say,
know if
like
I don't know if I always want something pooped all over my valley, like
but it see, we already have it though. It's already always there. If we're gonna have night thorns forever, imagine if Ursula just had like tentacles like popping out of the ground from one new spell that she did for whatever act is whatever. And we go on this whole thing with, one of the villains in our valley where it's like we're trying to keep them at bay or something fresh. But I also get not
okay.
wanting to see new stuff just like popping up everywhere. I get that too.
Okay, so what if they did this? What if they Okay, so yeah, I see in the chat, we finished Thrift in time, but there's still Splinters of Fate. What if finishing the story opened up the toggle to remove it?
Ah,
So you finish the story and
yes,
then
God.
okay, so like you finish Rift in Time DLC, now you have the toggle to remove Splinters of Fate.
Girl, you gotta start sleeping less because you are really think because then when a star path rolls around, you could just turn it back on.
Right.
And then those, whenever you need to remove night thorns or whatever, you can just go through and do that. But that would be absolutely amazing. That would be perfect because then it would feel like I can never feel like my valley is like clean or fully decorated with just night thorns popping up everywhere. The fire
Mhm.
always in forgotten land. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like I know people will come in and be like, "Well, you gotta use your vacuum." Okay, well, first of all, not everyone has a vacuum. Second of all, that's a pain. It's such a pain. Okay, let me just tell y'all this. When I did my designing my valley in 30 days, do you know how much of a pain it was to, and like
Oof.
anyone can relate to this that's designed their valley, right? But
Yeah.
like I had to go into one biome, use the vacuum, I would
Mm.
decorate a little bit, and
Use it
then
again.
as I'm decorating, I'm adding trees and stuff. And so then I'm having to like use it again and just keep using it over and over. And then
Mhm.
you can't even prep the other areas because then
Yep.
stuff will spawn anyway. So there's no point in even vacuuming it.
You'll be trying to put down
Everything's
paving,
already
and you
back.
have to go back in and remove a stick, pick up a
Yeah.
stick, and to continue paving. It's insane.
Yeah. So yeah. And then it costs mist every time I want to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. It's
I love the
interesting
idea of toggles though.
because I'm not sure I'm not sure what their plan is. I think they have to continue the free storyline. I saw some people saying that they're only going to do DLCs and like this was it for the free. I don't
No.
think that's the case.
Mm-mm.
I think they
No.
have to continue the free stuff.
I think they said too that they would always continue free content updates alongside any paid DLC content. I think that they actually said that someplace. I can't guarantee it, but I feel like I remember them saying that they didn't have a plan to end the free content, right?
But that could just mean realms, not
Um,
story. Cuz a lot of
like
realms they just like
mm,
bring in without
so they
any
just
story,
open
but
up a realm.
I don't think that's the case. I think
I
that
don't
there
think
will
so.
be
Yeah,
continued story.
agree.
Um
Yeah.
but interesting. All I'll say, I don't know if this is a spoiler for Breath of the Wild, but in that game, for example, once you beat it
Yeah.
and you want to continue, it almost like reverts you back to before you even went to do the final thing.
Oh,
And so
like you go back in
you're
time?
always dealing with it doesn't even show that happening. I literally thought I didn't save my progress because
Oh,
everything was just how it was. Like all the enemies are still there. Like it doesn't clear up all of the stuff.
yeah,
It's
true.
always there because otherwise there would be nothing left for you to do if everything just like cleared up and went away. So
Mhm.
like that like I get it why it's still
Yeah.
there, but at the same time I don't want it to be there. Like I want it to I'm in the camp of I think I want it to clear up in some capacity and like
Just
I
let us
think I need
control
that
it.
accomplishment of like,
Yeah.
okay, you did it. You solved the forgot and I want there to be like a cutscene. I want it to be like,
Yes, it's
yes, you the forgotten has been healed and
yes,
whatever.
agreed.
And now And now
I
this is what's going to
agree.
happen. We're leading into our next thing.
Yes, so that's my thing because and I think that's one part of DDV because DDV before, I'm not ragging on the game or anything because DDV is having its best year yet.
Yeah.
But I do feel like one thing that they failed to do is the only part of it that feels unfinished to me is the fact that like a cutscene is still like a black screen. Like whoop,
Yeah.
we're done. There's nothing actually happening. We don't get to see anything. They really need to invest some time and energy into making actual cutscenes that we can see. And I think that an end to because like we can't continue the forgotten esque storyline forever. If they're going to continue to bring free content and new quests and more storyline, then at some point this part has to end, in my opinion. And I think the idea of having a new act once a year makes like perfect sense. So all of the free content updates that come in act 3 in 1 year would be like, more iterations of the same thing that we're trying to solve and by the end of that year it's like, "Oh, you've completed all of act 3." And then the next year we can expect act 4 or something like that. Like I just want a reasonable end to some of the stories that we're playing through, not an end to free content, but just a new storyline, something more refreshing, you know, along those lines. 'Cause
Yeah.
again, I just didn't feel that with the Peter Pan update.
Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to think in the free content what cutscenes we've had because I have noticed like there are cutscenes like in Storybook Vale, we have
Mhm.
cutscenes.
Yep.
Eternity Isle, we have cutscenes
Yep.
because I've done them recently. Um, I don't know. I don't. Is Act 2 Eternity Isle, Act 3 is Storybook Vale? That is not how I
Yeah.
follow.
But see, that's the
But
problem. People seem confused about it. Nobody knows what's act 1. Nobody knows what act we're in. What's act 1? What's act 2? Are we in act 3 now? Like there's confusion there, which I think is the problem.
there is just absolutely no way that the storyline just ends where it is that we've completed. You're telling me we've
Yeah.
completed all of DDV?
There's no way. There's absolutely no way. I'd be shocked.
That's not DLCs? Yeah, because Eternity Isle has multiple acts. And Storybook Vale, we're about to unlock Act 2.
Yeah,
They've
act
split
2
it
of
up.
Storybook Vale. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
It was
so
act
it's
1 and
not
act 2.
that.
Mm-mm.
The main valley has acts as well.
Yeah,
I don't think Peter Pan was Act 2. I think Peter Pan was still Act 1.
I thought so too. But again, I don't know.
Day. The game is so deep. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't need it to be deep. I need it to be clarified.
Me too.
I
Yeah,
need it
that's
to
my
be
point.
like,
Mhm.
and I think part of the problem is it's evolved over time and they didn't have this clear plan of how they wanted to set it up.
Yeah, I think they've lost sight of like what direction are we going in and what's the plan for the free content that's going to continue to come to the game.
Did it say end of Act 1 when we finished the thing in the castle, the dark castle,
Mhm.
and we saw the map and stuff? Did that say end of Act 1?
I swear I got the impression, I don't remember if it said it or not, but I swear I got the impression that we were moving to act 2.
So Peter Pan is the beginning of Act 2.
Maybe? I guess. I don't know. Without cutscenes and a clear indication that we're in act 2, nobody knows.
Nobody.
I've I think we've completed the free storyline.
Hmm.
I don't there's no way.
I feel like it would feel I feel like that's a lot of I feel likes, but I
I
just
feel like I feel like I feel
imagine
like
I just imagine that a lot of people would be really confused if they were like, "Okay,
there
that's
were
it."
credits, but I think that was the credits for Act 1.
Yeah.
That definitely wasn't the credits for the game. Like, oh yeah, you've finished the game.
I need an answer from them. What act are we in?
We need clarification.
We need
See, this is
clarification.
what they need to include in the like those little YouTube update thingies that they do.
Mhm.
They need to be like, okay, this is what the future is, and like this
Yeah,
is how it's gonna work.
exactly. Maybe they don't even know right now though, and that's kind of why we're kind of in this situation.
But how do you not know?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of my gripes. It's one of my gripes. It just feels unfinished for me. And if it is finished and I don't know about it, that's even worse, in my opinion.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I would be like,
Hey,
that's
tag.
it. That's it for the main. That would be great.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't
Obviously,
know.
there's more to do. Like, that's not the end of free updates, is not what we're saying. But like the fact that that could be the end of the storyline, I don't know how I feel about that.
Listen, just like yeah, Becca, I we need one volunteer in the chat. Tag, maybe this is you. One volunteer to start completely over fresh and tell us what is what.
Yeah, and then take notes.
Take
We need
notes.
someone to, yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
interesting.
But I mean, aside from that, I think that they've done an excellent job with, like you said, the Peter Pan update, like inside of Skull Rock, I think was done really, really well. I think that even the cutscenes that we had in there, the puzzles, I think were really good. I think they had a
Mhm.
level of difficulty that was nice, not too hard, but also not too easy.
Mhm.
I think it was good.
I agree.
Um, I'm not in love with how Peter Pan looks personally, but
Yeah, he looks a little
also
messed up.
I don't know if it's his eyes, his eyebrows. We've all had conversations about this, but Peter Pan looks just a little scary. Okay, just a little scary.
He's just
Um,
very like bug-eyed, and he's
yeah,
got some
this part eyebrow issues.
magic going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I think the Skull Rock area was done really nicely. I think it could be cool to go in there to take like dream snap photos if you have an outfit challenge or something one day. So that's a cool area.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think that part was doing good. But that for me, the Skull Rock questing part was like such a minimal part to the overall other stuff that came in that update.
Mhm.
Um, what are your thoughts on we
I
just talked
cannot
about the
believe that we are are we an hour in, 2 hours in? I don't even know, and we're
almost 2 hours
still on
in.
the free update. Okay, no,
Yeah.
but continue. It's good. We're good.
Yep. What are your thoughts on the new companion skills, leveling, and rewards?
Okay. I love.
Mhm.
I love. However,
Okay.
still flawed. Still flawed. They're
Okay,
trying. They're trying so hard. They're
tell me about
trying
it.
so hard.
Mhm.
Honestly, the companion leveling isn't as flawed as some of the other leveling.
Okay.
Um, the companions, I will say I love that the special ones, like the premium shop ones, you
Mhm.
do get like the special reward at the
Specialty
end.
reward. I love
They
that. Yeah.
needed that. I feel good about that. And it's almost like an extra little treat. Like
It's
we
fun.
paid for those. We paid
Yes.
moonstones for those.
Every
I'm
paid companion should come with something like that.
Yes, I'm so
Mhm.
happy that they have an extra little thing.
Yep, agreed.
I don't know how I feel. I've leveled up all of my premium shop ones.
Oh, okay. Y'all hear that? She's leveled up all of her premium shop ones, guys. Hold the phone. We've got a fully decorated valley, and all of our premium shop companions are leveled up. Goodness.
So I
Wow.
think my plan now is I'm just going in order. Like I'm just going to have each companion in order. But I
Okay.
honestly really have no incentive for the other ones. Like I just don't feel like the reward for the other companions is good enough in my opinion. Like just those red chests are
Stop it.
garbage to
Stop it.
me. Like it's just the fact that I never get a
Yeah.
new furniture item when I'm nowhere near complete on my
It's
furniture thing.
insane. I have not gotten anything new in at least a year.
They need to change that the way that they changed the memory orbs.
Yep.
I should be getting new every
Yep.
time I open a red chest.
Mhm. Yep. Agree.
If I don't have everything, I need new.
Yeah. Agree. And they should always give you something new until you have nothing new left.
Yes.
Every single time.
Same with the memory orbs. Like, thank you. That what a great change with the memory orbs to give
Mhm.
us new every single time. That's how it should have been from the beginning. I
Yeah.
should not be getting coins and memory orbs. There is no way I should not be further along with memories. I've been playing since day one,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I'm nowhere
and I'm
close.
nowhere close.
Yeah. And now we're not it's gonna be even slower to get finished with that because we're saving all of our memory orbs for the star path
Oh,
because
see,
we have
I've
to
stopped.
open.
I've just been opening.
See, I can't do it because if I do, then I don't know when or how I'll be able to get more memory orbs, and I can't run that risk for someone
Yeah.
who's already like a slow poke with the star path.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I guess once it gets closer, I'll start saving them. But
yeah.
like I need to be we're not anywhere close to the next star path. So once it gets close-ish, then I can start saving. But I've been opening because I've been getting new ones and it's exciting. Like I've completed a couple and I'm like, oh,
Also, what's the incentive to level up more than one companion in each category?
that's what I don't know. That's why the reward isn't good enough. The
Yeah.
reward should be moonstones or new.
Yeah, it has to be because for me, I'm not going through and leveling up all 3, um, all 3 foxes or all 3 birds. I'm gonna level up 1 to level 5, and that's the companion that I'm gonna pick to do whatever task that I'm doing every single time, just because it makes no sense for me to spend the time doing it one by one with each one of the companions. I definitely feel like we need more of an incentive. And again, I don't know if it's realistic to expect like I would have loved that every chest that came with every like what if they did it this way? What if you said level up for all of the premium shop companions, you keep it the same way. But for leveling all 5 or whatever it is, dragons to level 5, you get a brand new furniture item or a clothing piece or whatever the thing is. Instead of doing it one by one for those, since we have so many and they come with the DLCs, level up all of them to level 5. And then you get a specialty reward to kind of like make it less work to give new items. But that would make more sense to me.
But would it be like a unique item?
Yes,
Or
like
would it be
total, like
okay, okay.
it would
It
be
would be like themed, like a dragon themed companion house or
yes,
something.
maybe
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
or they could even do like by level oh, this would be really cool. By leveling up all 5 of one companion, you get a new companion that has a fun theme. Like how we have
Yeah.
the dragon coming with like the flower or whatever, like maybe you level up all 5 of the crows and you get a specialty crow that you can run around with as a companion, and that's your reward for leveling up all 5. That I would do that for every single companion to get a new companion. Which is
Yeah.
just a reskin and a recolor of something that already exists. It would take I don't wanna say little work because I'm not a game developer, but, like, that would be genius to me.
Yeah. I like that idea. I don't know if they would ever do that. I wonder the community response to that because I do wonder how many people don't have all of them unlocked and they would be like, I think okay, let me say this. I think in order to do that, they would need to make more of an effort to change the underlying companion problem in my opinion
Yep.
of the times to get the companions.
Mhm.
They need to work on adjusting that. And I feel like I've had a solution in the past, but I don't remember what it is. Um because there are people who cannot play at certain times. Like I understand the
Ooh,
sentiment
yeah,
behind this like
yeah.
timed thing, but
That
I really
Saturday at 9
think
AM.
it needs to be it needs to be something else. Like it needs to either rotate or I don't know. I feel like I have had a solution, but I just don't remember what it is. I think that is one of the things that I fully agree that is not really a fair thing because there are just times when even I have some difficulty logging on at certain times because it's like 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. And I'm like, it
Who's
you
awake?
think I'm
Who's
logging on to
literally
play DDV at 12 a.m.?
I'm sorry, I'm not
No,
setting an alarm to wake up to get a companion at that
I'm
time.
too
I'm
busy
not doing
playing
it.
Peak.
Especially if I'm only doing that once, by the way.
Right. And you have to
And
do
if
it
I
so many times.
no, I'm not doing that. Make it a reasonable time, but I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. You know what I mean? I'm not getting
Yeah,
up at 6 a.m. I'm not doing that.
right.
I get that some people will because they're completionists, but like you said, at least make it rotate time schedules so that like that rare one shows up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon one of the days, and you can just I don't know, do something that way. But yeah, I agree. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I think making it more it should be like, okay, the purple turtle shows up on Mondays
Hmm.
or like I think that would still be limiting because I think there are people who can't play on Mondays or for
Right.
whatever reason, but I think that would be less limiting
Do it a weekday and a
than
weekend.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. There just needs to be extended, and I
Agreed.
think there would be less outrage about your idea about
Hmm.
getting every companion to earn a special reward or like
Yeah.
leveling up every companion.
Yep.
But I agree because I just don't think the rewards are enough for me to care about leveling them up other than the
Agreed.
premium shop ones.
Agreed. I'm doing one out of each category, and my premium shop like companions will be the ones that I focus on leveling mainly.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I absolutely love and adore the fact that we can name companions. I think
Mhm.
that's a very cute, very like great way to kind of personalize your experience in DDV. Love stuff like that. And I also love the fact that they actually do something. Like the fact that your companions have a new reason or purpose for hanging out, which is something I remember we've been asking for from like day one. I'm like, I need my companions to pick up some stuff or, whatever,
Yeah.
help with something. My only gripe, and I hate to have a gripe, but they just move
Only
too
great.
slow.
They
Well,
do.
they move so slow. Like there is no point of me farming with my bunny rabbit when I can just run around and grab all the stuff and then keep moving. Like the only benefit is if the stuff stops glowing and then I have to pick it up manually, like the bunny will do that. But like I have to stay in one spot long enough and can't move too far from that spot
I know, and then you're
because
just like standing there because
yeah,
they've taken too long.
because they're taking too long. So now I have to just stand and wait for them to pick up everything when I could just do it quicker myself. So I like what?
You just got really loud all of a sudden. I don't know why.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Did I spy? Maybe it's because I said, "Do it."
Should I lower it, chat? Oh my
Sorry if that was loud, y'all.
god.
Um, but yeah, I just feel like they move way too slow, way too slow. And I love, yes, oh my gosh, Vero, that is my number one thing that I love the most about the companions, besides them actually doing something, is the fact that they have that extra storage space. Having a full row of storage for your companions now is so amazing. So
Okay, do y'all need
amazing.
me to turn it back up? It got really loud for me. I don't know why or what happened. I can
Yeah,
turn her
that's
back
weird.
up, but yeah, I agree. Even the loud dog, Max walking around, it's just all too slow. It's too much. And I was never someone who used a companion. Okay. Um, I was never someone who used a companion before.
Mhm.
Um, because they didn't do anything. Like I only used it during dream snaps, but
Okay, yeah.
they're still just
I feel like they could use improvement, but I feel like over time they'll get better.
yeah, I think they're on the right track.
I do too. I do too.
And I wasn't expecting them to do something like that.
I was
Um,
not either. I had no like that was one of the things that I saw that I was in complete shock about. I had no idea.
yeah. Okay, well, speaking of companions,
Yeah, let's talk because I know where you're going. Let's talk about it.
good old Max.
Max. Good old Max.
The Max bundle. One's in the chat. One's
What's
in
in
the
the
chat
chat?
if you bought the Max bundle, because I just want to know how much money Game Loft got
Made.
the
Yeah.
other day with
Go
the
ahead.
Max bundle.
There's not
Let's
gonna be
see the ones.
yeah, there's not gonna be yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
knew.
Yeah.
Knew.
Elle, please. You know what? Why does Elle struggle with following instructions?
Literally. Okay. I have mixed feelings
Mhm.
about the Max bundle. I like Max. I think he's very cute.
Yep.
He is loud and obnoxious to me.
He is
Um,
very loud.
I love how he interacts in the valley.
Me too. Oh my gosh, I
Like
love
the
that.
interactions with Eric, interactions with like Hades, he'll like growl at
Yeah,
him.
looking at the villains is so
I
nice. I love
love.
it. Mhm.
Um, but let's talk price. Let's talk price.
Now, I didn't know until just before
Until yeah, we found
just
out.
just before we clicked live on this episode, we were talking, I'm like, we're like, "How much was Max again?" Because with Storybook Vale, they mentioned a bundle thing, and we were like, "Well, how much is a bundle?" And we're like, "A bundle's for 4,000 moonstones." And then I go, "Wait a minute." And Kato and I are looking at each other, we're like, "The max bundle was 4,500 moonstones. That is 500 more moonstones than a bundle that comes with house skins and like 20 new objects, dream styles." Like, huh? Like, I knew it was pricey when I
Yeah,
saw it, but like I did not register that it is more pricey with less stuff than an actual game bundle,
right.
which is insane to me. Did anybody else notice that? Did y'all register that when we purchased? Because I think I just hit purchase like as quickly as possible. It was like,
I
all
did
right,
too.
I gotta have it.
I just think that they knew that it didn't matter how much they priced it. Like the price
They
is
knew.
just not it it doesn't line up with the extra stuff and the other things they have. Like the price is
Mhm.
not consistent, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like
It's not.
it's more expensive than the house bundles and the quest bundles. I don't remember the exact names of those, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I do understand. I think my guess too is a lot of effort went into like the coding of Max.
probably.
I think
Mhm.
because I do think that he has a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah.
Um, he has like the extra skill of digging up things.
I
Um,
love that he does the reaction part is probably some level of coding to like he has a
right.
different relationship depending on what villager he's around, which I think is big.
Can someone
Mhm.
just for
Mhm.
my brain, can someone do the math?
Mhm.
I want to know what financially US dollars, how much is 4,500 moonstones equal to? If you did, because I think there's like an 8,000 moonstone bundle, isn't there? So I want to know,
E
like, price wise, what is 4,500? What is 4,000? What is the cost? How much USD did I spend on Max? Just for my brain.
I'm sorry, but everybody in chat complaining about more math is literally
There has
hilarious.
to be some mathematician
Mhm.
who can do the math.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's a 5,500 bundle, do the math on that. What is 4,500? Because I need to know how much we
Someone
spent.
said $20. Messa said 20.
But I don't know if she's saying $20 for um the Moonstone pack or that's how much he
Mhm.
cost.
I
I
don't
need to
know.
know. I need to know.
Livy says about $20. Yeah, 4,800 bottle is $20. I don't know what US dollars is, or 20 euros, so it's more than $20. Or less than $20 actually, because euros is more than.
Then Vero, you should do the math for us. I can't believe none of y'all are even trying to do the math. Y'all are just making up numbers. I don't need about 20. I need to know the actual
Pounds,
numbers.
not me
Thank
saying
you.
euros, it's pounds, sorry. Thank you so Caitlin, thank you so much.
Um
To be fair, while they're
16
doing the math,
$16.35 and I'm going with it that this is correct. $16.35 for 4,500. So he cost $16.
crazy.
Was
Well,
he worth $16?
I do not want to answer the question of whether he's worth $16. I will just say if they put another companion bundle in the shop and it's a companion I like, I will purchase again. Is it worth it? No. Like find if you look at the actual numbers, the amount of money it costs, no, that is not, in my opinion, not worth it. That's too expensive. But am I going to purchase it again? Yes, because moonstones are technically free if you do your dream
I
snaps.
was gonna say, does it change your mind that there's a way to earn the currency in game? And I would say
Absolutely.
yes.
And I think that's why I don't care because most of the time I'm not actually spending money.
I just think he shouldn't have been 4,500. He should have been 4K.
He could have been 4K. I no, here's what I think.
I think I wouldn't have batted an eye at 4K.
I would have preferred to see him at 3,500. And here's why I say
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
Because they bring Nana, which is adorable, fantastic, amazing. Love Nana.
Mm,
First of all, Nana confuses me because Nana is also a dog, but she does not come with the digging ability, which makes absolutely no sense. Any dogs that they bring to the game moving forward should do the digging ability. Why make Max the only digger? I don't know. But you bring Nana, she doesn't have the digging ability. She has a new companion pose, which is I personally feel like the new pose is mediocre at best. Like it's cool, but it's really not anything stunning or jaw dropping. She does come with a companion house, but 3,000 moonstones.
yeah.
She comes with one pose, no digging ability, and a companion house. And besides her being absolutely adorable,
No, she's
why are we
mid.
paying why are we paying 3,000 moonstones for that?
Yeah, I
So
don't.
I
She should have
skipped on
been
her.
2K.
She should have been easily
If
2K, and max should have been 3,000 to 3,500 moonstones. That would be reasonable, and everybody would have still purchased, and I think that that would have been a fair price, but I think they priced him at 4,500 specifically because they knew they could, and I don't
right.
really like that. I don't like that.
I just wonder if they would have gotten more purchases if they had him at 3,000 or 3,500.
Oh, of course they would have. Of course they would have.
Like, I think
Everybody.
it should have definitely been less than a
Mhm,
4K Dream Snap,
mhm.
because then it's like, okay, you
And they say
know.
she comes with no bonus reward. Isn't her bonus reward the
Mhm.
doghouse?
Wait,
Her
she doesn't
companion
come with
house?
like a leveling up reward?
I think she comes with the companion house.
But does she come with that automatically or it's a level up reward?
I thought it was a level up reward. I think that's what I remember my chat telling me, but I don't know.
Okay, but I also don't like that.
Yeah, it's her.
Okay, I don't like that. That should be
Mhm.
separate. They should have had something else with her then, because I don't like them
Yeah.
using I don't like them showing off the house in the
Mhm.
bundle and then you having to do something to earn it.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
That's giving V-Buck bundle that I purchased the other day that I had to then do a quest to get my V-Bucks, and I still don't have them, Elle.
Yeah.
I still don't
Yep.
have them. I had to buy another V-Buck pack because I couldn't get what I needed.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
makes no
I don't
sense.
like that.
At 3,000 moonstones, she needs it. How much was Hey Hey? How much was Heidi?
Heidi. Yeah, she should have had I'm okay with them having the house, obviously, but it should have been house, and then she has an extra bonus reward that you get for leveling up.
The Hey Hey bundle was 3,000 moonstones, and Hey Hey came with the companion house.
Mhm.
Not as a level up reward, but it came with the
Automatically.
companion house, and they know better.
They know
That just
better than
upset
that.
me. They know better than that because there's no reason, and I would be willing to bet that less people bought Nana, for that reason. For a number of reasons, but I feel like less people probably bought, just
Well,
bought
that
Nana
doesn't
because
make it a bundle to me. If that's all she
it's not.
came with, is that it? A dog and
It's just
house?
dog. It's
That's
just
not a
dog.
bundle if I'm not getting the thing for free
Mm-mm.
without having to do something.
Yeah, one's in the chat if you got Nana, two's in the chat if you didn't. I want to try to compare to see, the difference between the two because I just think that they priced themselves out on that one. I was like, I could have purchased her, but I was just like, I'm not wasting my money. Yeah.
I think if they had an extra, yeah, a lot of twos
Yep.
compared to max. Well, I think
Hmm.
also timing was not good because you had just given us max, which was clearly the much better purchase in my
I'm like,
opinion.
if we had to choose between the two, yeah,
4,500 moonstones is $16.35. I made them do the math.
crazy.
Um, yeah, I think a lot of those twos would be ones if the bonus reward was something in
Something
addition
separate.
to.
Hmm. And I also, this might be, I don't know, this might be controversial, but I feel like any companion that I purchase in the premium shop should come with multiple poses.
Yeah.
Not one, but at least two or more new and unique poses to anybody else that we have in the game. There shouldn't if we're a premium shop, especially priced where they're at for a companion, it needs to come with a completely unique pose. I'm not like I wouldn't even want Nana to have the same two poses that Max has. Give me at least
Right.
two new unique poses if I'm purchasing at that price. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to see a companion comes to the premium shop. They're like, here's one new pose. You know?
Agree. Okay, well, let's talk about poses then.
Yeah. How do you feel about the new sitting pose?
Mm, I haven't. I looked at it one time and then I never sat down again. I don't care. I
I
just
did
don't.
use it in a dream snap.
I don't like just like I don't know. I like that we have it, but it's not.
I like that we have. It's not a pose that I'm going to use all the
It's not
time.
for me.
Yeah.
Here's my problem. In my opinion. In my opinion,
Mm,
we are not getting enough poses and facial expressions. Period.
yeah.
And I love that we're getting poses with companions,
Hmm.
but that should be in addition to all of the poses that we're getting just for existing. Whether we're getting them in the star paths,
Hmm.
whether we're getting them for free, like they've done a couple,
Yeah.
right? Like I think we got a couple last update or in the Alice update, I don't remember which.
Hmm.
Like there's like a wave one now.
We got two new ones and
Yeah.
the ability to pose with our tools. So that's three.
Yes. But I feel like it's still not enough. Like I need and at this point I feel like I need facial expressions even more than poses. But
Yeah.
I don't like this mindset of, oh, we're just going to be adding these poses with the companions because then they'll have to buy the companions.
Yeah. I
And
don't like
that's
it.
why they did the companion removal. I 100% know it.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I want more poses for free or in star paths. I desperately need more facial expressions. Like
Why aren't
I
they
want to
putting
be
those in the
sad. I want to be shocked. I want to be You know what I mean? Like, we
Yeah.
literally the last new facial expression we got was the face,
Ah,
right?
it's terrible.
And that was years ago at
Yeah,
this
that one's
point.
terrible.
Like,
And we
we
need put them in the premium put them in not in the premium, I'm sorry, put them in the star path.
easy. Take out
Why
the
are we
motifs,
not
put
oh
those
my
in.
god. Get rid of they could get rid of 5 motifs since they put like 20 in every single star path and just give us they don't even need to do that. Just give us 2, a new facial expression and a new pose every so often with the star paths that come, and you're done.
Yep.
You're literally done. But I also think that they should be free. I also don't think that everything should be like, you need to pay to get these poses. Like,
Okay.
I feel like, bring them in a free content update.
And it doesn't even have to be given. And here's another, okay, I kind of mentioned this earlier, an example of how their leveling system is so flawed because they
Mhm.
keep introducing these leveling systems that you complete one time and then they just
You're
disappear
done.
forever and they're
Mhm.
gone, right? So
Reset me.
perfect example here. Dream snap leveling.
Yep.
We got to level 10. We
Oh
got
my
our
gosh.
trophies. We never saw it again. Why?
What was it? What was the pixel stuff? The pixel dust
I have
or
no idea.
yeah,
Why would
we
you
don't use it.
not why would that not either reset or continue? And what a perfect place
Oh
to
my gosh,
put
to put the
expressions as a reward than
absolutely
dream
100%.
snaps. Dream
Yep.
snap leveling, give me expressions, give me poses. Don't give me motifs that I can't even use in a dream snap.
No, actually.
That makes
100%.
no sense. But that's just an example of another way that their leveling is flawed because they introduce these leveling systems and that's my fear for the companion thing. It's like, okay, we got this leveling. At least with those we got like a cool reward at the end for the premium ones.
Yep.
But okay, my player level, it's done.
At
My
40.
dream snap level, it's done.
Yep.
Like there's just no
It makes
like
no
what am I
sense.
doing at that point?
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm. Mhm.
Um I don't know. It's almost like they even forgot that they implemented the dream snap
Oh, they definitely
rewards.
forgot. They were like, "What they what is that?"
And who put motifs in there? I wanna have a talk.
No, that was actually the most driest, smooth brain thing I've ever seen in my life. "Hey,
Like,
here are these motifs that you can never use in Dream Snaps."
you know the perfect place to give us motifs as rewards? Daisy.
Daisy
Daisy Shop.
Daisy Shop. And for
That's where
the
we should be getting those.
and this is those are the changes I need to see. I need y'all to
Yes.
start moving, even if it's not the first iteration is not perfect. You can just say, hey, from now on, we're going to take motifs and we're going to put them in Daisy Shop as a reward for people who like using Touch of Magic. That is such a personal tool that a lot of people, there's a community of people who love using it, and there's a community of people who actually will never touch it. Put that over there, let them choose to what to spend their reward points on for completing those boutique challenges, and then you can purchase the motifs. Keep them
Imagine
out of the star path.
yes.
Keep them out of the star path. I
Yes.
beg. I beg. Half
Imagine
of
with every update having new motifs. Like, imagine Daisy has like a scroll. Like, you can scroll through motifs to pick which ones you want, and you use your Daisy coins to buy them because that's
literally.
where like she has the clothes
Mhm.
and then she has more of those. It's just another thing that's like they implement these things and then they don't take into consideration anything. Like, have we gotten any new Daisy clothes? I don't think so.
No clothes, no new furniture.
Like, y'all are
But
just
you have new motifs every single star path.
yeah.
And so my other thing too is like when it comes to the star path, for example, this previous one, you gave us, which is a reason why I took off some points of like how I would rate this last star path. My biggest gripe are those beautiful mermaid-esque pants, the backpack, and a crown, and
And
you
no
just
shirt.
left off a top. You
Yeah.
left off a top, but you gave us at least 10 motifs to purchase. And to me, that is just such an insane thing to do because why would you not give us a complete outfit? Why are these totally unique pants different to anything we own in DDV
We can't even
standalone?
wear it because there's nothing to wear it with.
There's nothing to wear it with. Like, yeah, you could make a top if you wanted to through Touch of Magic, or you could try to pair it with
But you
something
can't do
that
it
we
in a dream
have.
snap.
But, like, that has scales on it. Like, we should have a fish scale top that
Right.
matches with those pants, and to me, that's insane, but we have, whatever, 12 motifs, like, so, I'm not trying to complain too much, but I'm just saying, like, that is one of those things that I see where I'm like, you could have replaced these motifs with literally anything else. Anything e
Anything.
anything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
In my
um
perfect world, it would be gosh, there's so many changes.
I think we
Um,
love DDB, but you need to change.
change.
You guys are doing great. However,
We just have a few notes,
if
okay?
you could just
No, I think more than anything, look, the progress has been insane. Again, like you said, best year for DDB in my opinion as well. It just needs to be we just need to streamline, okay?
Yeah.
So think about this. Everybody just think, okay? Imagine a world where Dream Snap levels reset,
Yes.
okay? And every time you have the opportunity and it wouldn't reset to where you could never get things again, okay? It
Mhm.
would just reset once you completed like that level of Dream Snap challenges, okay?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
your thing resets, you get facial expressions and
Mhm.
poses as rewards for your Dream Snap leveling, right?
Yep.
Daisy gets a revamp, okay?
Oh my gosh.
If you
Mhm.
do Daisy challenges, you get to either
Mhm.
get the Daisy clothing or she has a catalog of motifs for you to choose from. And with
Yep.
every update, new motifs are added that are themed towards the update. Okay.
Yeah.
Motifs are removed from star paths
Done.
and instead replaced with more poses that are themed, like pirate poses, mermaid poses,
Mhm.
facial expressions, okay?
Yep.
That stuff is added there. I think we also need, like, more hair added to the star
Oh my god,
paths.
desperately.
Um, I would change star path tasks to be more general. I've talked about that in a video if y'all care to know my full thing about star path tasks. I think they need to be general. I think it needs to stay how it is at the beginning.
Yeah.
where it's
You
like,
have a whole video on this.
yes,
Plug that.
gift so many villagers. It doesn't need to be specific because that
Mhm.
limits the people who can participate because they have to unlock certain villagers to do so.
Yeah.
Um, was there any other ones? Daisy, that Scrooge needs to actually get new merchandise. I shouldn't be saying the
Gosh,
same stuff every time. Scrooge needs clothing. I should be getting,
I don't even want to. It makes me so mad.
and it does. Here's the thing with Scrooge, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be over the top, crazy designs.
Does
Though
it?
save those for Star Path.
Hmm.
Save those for Premium Shop.
Hmm.
Give me basic shirts, basic pants, basic everything. I need basics because of the way that they've done their clothing system
Yeah.
and everything having to be a different individual item. I think they messed that up from the beginning, in my
Give me
opinion.
1,000 recolors of everything.
Just give me, literally, give me everything in every color, always, all the time.
Also, if they would just take every single villager that we have in the game and every single villager that comes to the game, and they just took all of their stuff, their hair, their outfit, their top, bottom, shoes, whatever, and put that in the shop within every update,
Yep.
you're done. That's all you need to do. You've already created it, recreated or whatever, and add it to Scrooge's shop so I can cosplay. I've said this a million times, but so we can cosplay as our villagers. But you have a limitless um opportunity to give us new hairs, new clothing, and whatever. And it doesn't even have to be anything that you haven't made in the game already,
Right.
you know?
Agree.
Hmm.
Yeah, a dying system could work depending on how they implement it. I just think that they've screwed it up since the beginning, that I
Yeah.
wonder how that would work because they have everything organized by color. And so I don't know how dying would impact that. Um,
Yeah, unless they attach the dyeing system to the color
right. Like it
system.
would change. Like you would have to go craft. It wouldn't be like The Sims where you could just like click on a color at the bottom.
Use
You
a
would have
color
to go
wheel.
to a
Yeah.
crafting station and dye it. And that would like change the code from blue shirt to green shirt
Yeah. I actually would
in
like that.
your. Yeah, I think that's a solution,
Mhm.
but um but I think, yeah, just adding basics to the store. I should not walk in, like, I like that they added the thing where you walk into Scrooge and you have furniture instead of clothing if you have all the clothing. But like
Mhm. There's no reason we should be out of
after an
clothes.
update, I shouldn't have no clothing in my store.
No, agreed.
I
Yeah.
should have options for clothes for a little while and
100%.
then get to that point. There
Yep.
should be a minimum number of new items in my Scrooge every day.
Yep. Agreed.
What else would I change? Those are the things off the top of my head.
Okay, but
Everyone might not agree with me, but those are the things I would want to change.
talking about purchasing things
Yes.
and talking about which I would argue one of the biggest turning points for the way we play or design in DDB is the Riverland kits.
Yes. What a good. How
River,
much was that? Do we know the
that
price?
was 3,500, I think. I think.
What an
I would
amazing
that was
3,750.
300, 750. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Um, absolutely. I would buy every iteration of that comes
Yeah.
into the shop a million times over. I think it was priced perfectly because you can make so many different types of like ponds or lakes, rivers, whatever. There's so many different ways you can use it. But I also think that this is a I feel like I may be a little dramatic, but I feel like this is like monumental for like this is the
Hmm.
closest thing we get to terraforming in DDV.
Yeah.
Like, it's not actually terraforming, but
Hmm.
imagine their ability to bring mountains, okay?
Right.
Now we have a mountain kit, which allows us to build mountain structures or hills in our valley. This one's rivers. The next one could be, a snow themed whatever, but like they can continue to build off this in so many different ways. And
Right.
that's just so exciting to me. Like, it is one of the best things that DDV has added to the game since its existence, I think.
Have you worked with it much?
I have worked with it, some. I actually use it in my last Dream Snap, and it is a learning curve.
Yeah.
I will say that there's a bit of getting used to it and understanding kind of like how things connect and all of that. But um fairly easy overall. You just have to spend some time knowing what pieces connect to what.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did it. I used it in a dream snap, and it was learning curve. And there were certain
Mhm.
times I was like, I want this to curve a little bit more than it's curving.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
overall, yeah, I think it's pretty amazing, and I was shocked that they included that.
Actually,
And there's
like
so
that.
many pieces.
There's so many pieces, and the fact that they can be purchased, you can buy as many of them as you want from Scrooge's too. It's just like it's
I
perfect.
almost okay, one if I'm gonna complain about anything, because I have
Okay.
to.
Okay.
I almost wish that instead of it being pieces like that, I wish okay, in my perfect world, I
Mhm.
would have purchased that in the premium shop, and
Mhm.
it would have unlocked a new tab in the landscaping section of, like,
Okay.
the water bundle thing,
Okay.
and, like, they could expand on that in the future, but it would have, like, unlocked a new thing like that, and I wouldn't have to purchase each individual piece. I would have unlimited access to each piece and just place it down like
Oh, okay.
landscaping,
I see
and
that.
then if they
Mhm.
wanted to add a new one, it would just go in that same tab
I
underneath
l
it. Like, they could
oh,
still be displayed the same way.
yep.
They would just be underneath. Like, it would be like that version of the river kit and then, like, the icy version of the river
That's
kit
actually
underneath it.
genius. I would
Instead of
love for
it
it to
being a
be
furniture item, like, it doesn't
mhm,
feel furniture to me. It feels landscaping,
landscaping. Yep.
and I don't like that I have to go buy pieces, and I feel like it clogs up my already awful furniture
Yeah,
thing.
because imagine if you put down one piece of, like, maybe a smaller square of a larger square and then being able to drag
Right.
instead of
Like a
place down
path. Yeah,
individual like,
like you
drag
do
it
like a
like a
path.
path.
Mhm.
That would actually be I would love that iteration, especially because 'cause we've already purchased it with technically in real life money.
Right.
Um, I think that that would be an excellent way to improve kind of like that feature.
Yeah.
Agreed,
And even if they
100%.
couldn't do the click and drag mechanic, I still think having it in landscaping and just being like only seeing that and other things like it would be so much better to me. And having
Visualizing it.
unlimited, like you do trees, would be so much better to me than
Yes.
the furniture version of it.
Ooh, yeah, love that. I would love that.
Man,
I'm
my
telling you what,
brain today.
goodness gracious, you are on a roll. Somebody get this lady a raise.
Literally, hire me already.
And at this point, this is seems like a no-brainer.
Literally. I mean, because
Hashtag
you
Cato for
already paid
president.
for it.
Mm,
So I
truly.
don't know. I wonder if they'll ever change it in the future or if I just think so many things they're kind of like oversight.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those situations where it's like, who is playtesting this?
I don't think they have playtesters.
Because it's not the people who are playing the game.
Because again, that makes it's actually like a no-brainer that they would go into the landscaping area instead of like a regular furniture item. The only reason why they're in the furniture item is because we have to purchase them from Scrooge, which also doesn't really make a lot of sense. And like
But
Steph was
why
saying,
have that?
they're
It should just be
yeah,
waterscaping as a tab, and
yeah,
then you have unlimited access.
kind of like you have in The Sims. You have like that, you
And
can click on whatever.
honestly, that would open them up if they would allow that feature, that would open them up to premium shop foliage.
Hello. Hello.
Premium shop foliage
Yep.
that you have unlimited access to.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, okay, so what would your next iteration of the Riverland kit look like to you? What would you love to see next? Would it be like a
Mm.
foliage kit with like,
Yeah, I want lots of
clusters
flowers
of
and
like
stuff
bushes
around
and
it. Yeah.
flowers?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would love to see like logs, bushes, flowers, rocks, and like clusters that we can merge together. Ooh, that would be
Yeah. I
so
would
good.
love that. I
Mhm.
no, I agree 100% that there should still be free foliage. Any foliage that they show in game, we should have access to for free.
Yeah.
Um Even in the star path, I think they could add it. I just think having it as an option, like a mechanic is what they're missing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Mhm.
imagine like a garden bundle in the premium shop, right? And you've got like all of these new flowers. Like you've got different colors of the butterfly flowers. You got different like I just don't know if we're going to get that stuff for free. So I
Yeah.
wonder if adding it to the premium shop would incentivize them to give us more because I feel like we always need more of that stuff.
Yep, we
Oh,
do.
a bridge kit for the rivers would be so
Oh my
good.
gosh. Yes, a bridge kit would be so smart.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do
Oh my
think
god,
foliage bundles would have to be priced correctly. And
'cause
I
we have
think
so much already.
they would have to give you a lot. It couldn't just be like one bush in the premium shop, you know what I mean? It would have to be like you're getting this bush in all these different colors, you're getting this tree in all these different colors, multiple different variations.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be a bundle.
And
You
it
know what
would
I
have
mean?
to merge perfectly for me. Like, it needs
Yeah.
to almost overlap so that I could really make, like, dense foliage areas if I wanted to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it
Yeah.
would be the unlimited access like we talked about like how I want to change the river kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
It would go straight to your foliage tab and
Uh,
unlimited access.
we need
Gosh.
we need to pitch this, man. Someone get us in front
Write
of
that down.
DDV right
Write that
now.
one down too.
Somebody write that down. Make a note right now, because that is genius.
Yeah, like seasonal bundles, they could have so much cute stuff like decorated trees in the winter.
Gosh, yes. A fall foliage bundle, a winter foliage bundle,
Stop.
Halloween spooky season, you get a bunch of, like, cobweb stuff. Yes. Imagine if they brought us this was just a play on the fireflies, but imagine in Halloween they brought us, like, fireflies, but bats, little
Oh,
bats
oh
that,
my
like
gosh, I would love that. I want
man,
that.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I
I
just
do think so we've been touching on the star path a little bit, but I think we need to actually talk star path and how you felt about this. You finished, right?
I did. I did. I
Yay.
did, and I finished with 29 or 28 days or something like that left to go, which is a record time for me,
Yeah.
personally.
I finished it in like 4 or 5 days or something.
You finished
I
fast.
finished so
You finished so
okay,
fast.
so and it but it wasn't I will say this, it wasn't because I was like just so excited about the rewards in this star path because
Yeah,
it's
they were
not my favorite.
it was like a 7. I think that they're cool, um, but it was okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
I the most important thing to me was that I could get all the items and I could finish the star path much quicker, and it was a lot easier, and I didn't have to worry about those bonus rewards or anything this time around. I know that's very personal to who you are, but like me personally, I am desperate for them to incorporate more star paths like the one we just had in between some of these larger star paths that require more of a time investment, because it was really a nice break, that really helped
Mhm.
me personally with burnout on the star paths, because they're really back to back. Once one ends, the next one is, ready to go. And for me, as someone who struggles finding the time, um, I just it was really nice to have that break. So I really liked it. Could the rewards have been better? Yes. And
Mhm.
also in that same point, Teddy and I were talking because that little magical kit that came, the magical choral kit that plays music?
The premium one?
Yeah, the premium shop
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
Why is that not Star Path?
That should have been star path. I
Why is
bought
that
it
not
because I needed the bubbles because I don't think I got the first bubble machine.
yeah.
But yeah, that should have been in the star path for
It should have
sure.
been in the Star Path. It was just one of those things I saw and I was like, there's no reason for this to be in the premium shop. You should have included these items in the Star Path. But I do think some of the items could have been better. Am I gonna use them a whole bunch? I don't know. I'll use some of it, I think. But yeah, it was like a 7. Not bad. It was easy to do. I feel really nice knowing that I'm done. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm
I'm
at with it.
between a 6 and a 7. It depends on like how I'm rating it. If I'm rating it based on the way I like the items, I'm at a
Yeah.
6. If I'm basing
Mhm.
it on like my ease of I mean, honestly, if I'm basing it on my ease of progression, I'm like at an 8 or 9. I felt really
Ye
good about
Oh, yeah.
progressing through it. But
100%.
I did not mind that there were not bonus rewards. I know it was I feel like it's a very hot topic, these bonus rewards. I think people were very angry and upset that they weren't there.
Yeah.
And to me, I I do think they could have done like a really cool mermaid house. Like
They
I
could
think it
have.
could have been a pretty skin, but I'm
Mhm.
like you where I needed this easy one after doing the fairy star path and
Oh, yeah.
literally being so miserable about it. Um
Especially because I don't feel like they're doing a good job with recolors, in my personal opinion.
I
Right.
almost wonder if it was more of a like we're going to put this one here. Like
Mhm.
bonus rewards are not to be expected. Like I think it was becoming like
Like, they thought this was gonna be
a
the norm.
permanent. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think they were like, "Oh no, no, that's just sometimes."
Yeah.
Like sometimes we'll have bonuses and sometimes we won't.
Yeah.
Um so I wonder if it's going to like change the tone going forward. Like I think that bonus it'll be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so exciting again. We have
Yeah.
bonus rewards this time."
Mhm.
Whereas it was becoming an expectation.
Yeah,
And I think they
exactly.
wanted to do like reality check like, "Hey, no."
This is kind of just like a given that comes here and there, but not all the
Right.
time.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that.
Um so was the Star Path the same price?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think, the one version was 2,000 what, 500 and the other version is 3,000 something?
Yeah.
I think that
Okay.
was a normal. Um, I also don't mind I saw someone ask in chat, like, the price of, the star path being the same as, like, a house skin. I don't mind because I think when you complete the star path, you get most of your moonstones
You
back.
do. I think you only end up spending a couple hundred total for
Yeah,
everything that you earn. It's
yeah,
always worth it. If you're going to complete it, it's always worth it
yeah,
to do the Star Path.
100%, yeah.
Um is it worth it if you're not going to complete it? I don't know. I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, I
Um
buy the more advanced version every time, I think, even if
I
I
do
don't
too.
complete it. You get some if I mean, you get some moonstones back if anything,
I
so,
like doing the more expensive one because I'm always like, I want to wear this stuff right now. And I go
yeah,
through and click a bunch of
buy
stuff.
whatever I want, yeah. Yeah,
Um, but it was okay.
it was okay. I'm
I
happy
don't
with it. Again, I'm more happy not about the stuff, but more happy to just have a break from the ridiculously long, super hard, repetitive tasks that come with the star path. Like I'm just personally someone who gets burnt out very easily with it. And it gets harder and harder for me, especially once you get to the bonus tasks to continue. It's like I'm really having to force myself to push through. And I'm only doing that if I absolutely 100% love those items.
yeah.
So,
Um, I wanted to ask you about, I feel like it's been a long time since we've discussed the Star Path items
mhm.
coming to the premium shop and the potential for, do you think that Star Pass will ever be purchasable again in the future?
I don't
And
know, I
just
feel
kind of
like
like weighing thoughts on that.
I think that it's starting to look more and more like they're not ever gonna bring a full star path back in the premium shop, and that they're just gonna bring little items here and there, but as we can see, it's super rare. Like,
That's what
it's
I
not
feel like. I feel like it's not as frequent as I thought. And I don't know if I'm just not seeing them in my recommended and stuff or
I mean, I scroll through my recommended and maybe I don't register, but, like, I haven't seen any new or recent Star Path items in the premium shop, I feel like. Like, from the more recent Star Paths, I don't think I've seen them put any of those items in there. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to say because I don't know if it really bothers me, if that makes sense. Like, whether if you're paying for it, I don't know if I actually care. Since I pay for it, if you're paying for it, then I guess it's fine.
yeah. I feel
Um
like for me, my opinion changed because initially I was very much like, if it's gonna be exclusive, it
Mhm,
has to stay exclusive.
mhm,
But now it's not because they're going
mhm.
to the premium shop. So now
Yeah,
I'm kind of on the board of I think it would be beneficial to them to just make it I don't know how they would do it. Like maybe like on the year anniversary of the Star Path, they give you the option for like an amount of time. Like, okay,
Yeah.
You can participate in this old star path if you want to
Oh, yeah, that could be
by
cool.
paying for it,
Mhm.
and doing the star path.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if there would be some like you would have to be completed with your other star path that you're working on. I don't know how they would work it, but
Unless they do, like, a smaller version of the star path, like, it's like you do X amount of duties to get 5 of the most popular star path items. It's, like, not a full star path, but, like, maybe, like, a very short segmented version of, like, the most popular or requested items from a star path that you missed. Or, what do you think about this? What if they started creating star path bundles from previous star paths, and the bundles contain 5 to 10 items from an old star path, and you pay, well, I don't know, 4 or 5,000 moonstones, or I guess they can't price it at that,
I
but
feel
maybe
like
they
that's already kind of what they do, right? Like they do little bundles of the old items.
oh, well, yeah, they do for certain items. Some of them, I feel like some of them are one-offs, but maybe that's just the amusement park stuff. But yeah, I guess that is what they do. They bundle like a set of the items together and then you can purchase them for one price. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
I guess I just feel like they aren't putting as much of the Star Path stuff in the premium shop as I expected them to.
Mhm. I'm okay with that.
Which it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't think it's I don't know. It's hard to say as someone as I think I speak from a different perspective because I purchase most, if not all of the I don't think I've missed any Star Paths except for like some of the like early day ones. But I have most of the stuff. So for me it's hard to say because like I'm not missing anything that I really, really want, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
So bless you, by the way.
I don't know. Oh, thanks. I don't even know what I'm missing at this point. Like I am so from the time that I wasn't playing, I'm so disconnected from whatever happened during that time that I don't even really know what I missed out on.
Yeah.
And there's so much in the game at this point that I have no concept of what came from what and where I got it. And like
Yeah.
people ask me like, "Where did you get that?" And I'm like,
Can't remember. Could have
"I
been a Star Path,
don't
could have
know. It's
been a
just
premium shop.
it's just here in my stuff." I don't
Yeah.
know. I
They
literally
could do
have
better with the tagging system, like,
no
if I hovered
idea.
over it, it'll show you, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely confusing.
So I don't even know what I missed. I know that part of it was like that rock and roll rock star one was kind of
Yeah.
when I started fading.
Ho Yeah,
But then I think there was another one that I missed like entirely.
yeah.
And then I came back in at some point.
I did
But
very little
I
of
don't
the
know.
very first ever Star Path, I know that, and I
Right.
have, like, maybe half of those items, and maybe one of the Halloween ones too, I didn't finish that one, but I think I have most of everything else.
I think I did some of the frosted fairy one. I think that's like when I started to come back or I was like trying because I wanted to get the house, but then I don't think I ever got the house. I
Yeah,
don't know. It's just one of those things that like there's so much at this point that I
yeah,
almost am like I feel like I'm not really missing anything because there's always like something else
yeah.
that can
That's
be
coming.
used or is
Yeah.
yeah.
We have,
So,
like, duplicates of a lot of the or like, the same version of something, but it just looks different, if that makes sense.
right.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Is there anything else free update
I don't
that
think
you
so. I
wanted to
think
talk about?
that's most of the major stuff for me that I think was, like, the big things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we talked much about the Alice in Wonderland realm or anything, but I liked that.
Yeah, I like that
That's good.
too. The Alice in Wonderland
Good
realm was,
enough.
like, confusing in a fun way. I think it was very on brand.
I loved when you got on the table.
Ye Oh
The
my gosh,
questing on the
shrinking
little table was
down
so
onto
cute.
that was really cool. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Love that.
Okay, so let's talk Storybook Vale, and I'm just gonna preface this by saying there will be some complaining during this because
Oh.
I'm grumpy.
How are I guess you should start. How are you feeling about the Storybook
I'm
Vale character?
mad that I can't finish my quest.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
really upset
know,
too.
okay, I was even more mad when I read the patch notes and it didn't have that on there.
Yeah.
That So if someone doesn't know, okay, I also would like to say,
Oh,
what percentage of y'all thought that I was just too dumb to figure out this puzzle? Because
oof.
apparently it was a lot of you.
Ah,
My puzzle is glitched. I want to clarify. I am not too dumb to figure out the Maleficent puzzle, okay? I
that's
do
rough.
understand what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
However, I
Mhm.
cannot move my furniture. I cannot move my furniture, okay? That's the glitch. For anyone who has already finished it,
Mhm.
apparently when they added the new grid, it glitched the Maleficent trial and the one before that.
Yeah.
Um, I was able to do a workaround for the one before that where I got on my controller and just hit a bunch of buttons and it eventually like shifted over to where it needed to be and I got that one to
Nice.
work.
Yeah.
But the Maleficent one, because you can't rotate the items in that view, there's no way to work around. Okay.
Nope.
So you're stuck on this last, what I presume is the last part of the main story of the
Pretty
storybook Vale.
pretty frustrating.
Okay.
And
So it's
DDV has
very
apparently
frustrating.
never heard of a hot fix in their
Never
lives.
heard of it.
They don't know what a hot fix
Couldn't be
is.
bothered. They just want to wait until
If you pulled up hot fix in their dictionary, it would be blank. Okay, there would be no words there because I'm not sure. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think they do those.
unless it's gonna hurt their wallet, because you
Oh,
know how fast
unless
they
it's a
hotfix you know how fast they hotfix that
I
that
have never
moonstone
seen
error?
I've never seen a company scramble so fast when it came to those moonstones though. Boy, did they got that fixed
I mean,
expeditiously.
within 2 to 5 minutes, because we were on and I heard people saying it was messed up, I
Yeah.
immediately went over
Yeah.
and was trying to buy,
Yeah.
and it was got like, fixed
Gone like
like
that.
that.
Done. I know. Yep. Yep.
So,
So I don't, but for something like that, especially know that part, especially knowing that part two is coming out soon, and especially because it is a paid DLC, I feel like there should be some priority to them rolling out some type of fix for issues like that. There's no reason why people should have to wait a month or longer to
no.
continue the quest for a DLC that they've paid for. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that should be a priority. And that should be a priority for your game in general, in my opinion. But it's just DV has always struggled with hot fixes. And I just feel like for their size, that like Palia, for example, is much smaller on a smaller scale in terms of team.
Mhm.
And they roll out hot fixes constantly. You know what I mean? So it's just like
Right.
I just feel like there's not really a reason why they can't patch out an issue, even if you just focus on one thing that's really holding people back. Like, okay, these I need to fix the teapot quest and the Maleficent, furniture quest. We need to fix those two things and make that a priority. The rest of the stuff can wait. Like, I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah.
the deal is.
And
But
I understand that they cannot communicate about every single issue.
right.
Like, there has to be some limit on that.
Hmm.
But also, there is this weird communication barrier where it's like, you've got the only reason I ever know anything about what's going on is because other people will tell me, oh, well, they know about it in the Discord. I
Yeah.
never go and look at their Discord. Are you being
I'm not
serious?
I'm not
That
even a part of
I
that Discord.
cannot handle that
Yeah.
Discord.
It's
It's
too
too
much.
much.
Too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fact that they don't go on, like, a lot of developers will go on Twitter and be like, hey, we've heard that there's this issue. We're working on a fix.
My thing is they literally posted in Discord, "Hey, by the way, that was a mistake. We needed to add the patch for those two quests. So the quest for Maleficent and also that Teapot Trials thing, whatever. Both of those quests are going to be patched with this update for part 2 of Storybook Bell." They put that in the Discord, but then you didn't push it to any of your socials.
Right.
I
And then
didn't
they
see it
just
anywhere.
like, well, they just eventually added it to the patch notes.
Right, and it's like the patch notes have been out for hours. Most of the people who have read it are gonna have no idea that this is coming unless they're relying on people like us to let them know. You know what I mean? So, like, I
Right.
posted it on Twitter and stuff, but it's still kind of like, "Hey, y'all need to make this information." I don't why was it not even included in the patch notes in the first place?
That's what I have no idea. Because
How
then
did you leave that off?
people were saying there's, like, one little part on the patch notes that's like, um, gosh, how is it worded? It's like main line, what does it say? There was something on here, I swear, that was, like, about full story main story bugs or normal,
Mhm.
I don't know, like, they almost like they had fixed other bugs, or yeah, like, things for all players,
Right.
but it wasn't specific at all, and to me, that wasn't enough. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I was very anxious about it because, yeah, that's a big deal to me. If I was gonna log on tomorrow
Yeah.
and couldn't finish the quest to progress,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
going to be very upset.
As a content creator, are you kidding?
Like,
We're logging in to show off the new update, and we literally can't play through the storyline because we can't get past a quest that y'all failed to mention you were gonna patch.
right.
Yeah,
Like, that
that's
should have been high priority for them to put on this list. And they
not to
did.
mention
And then when they added it, you know where they
yeah,
added it? To the top, because
okay.
everyone was losing their minds on Twitter about it.
Yeah,
Like, I looked at the responses to the patch notes and everyone was freaking out
yeah.
because there's so many people dealing with this
Yeah, literally
issue.
everybody under their post was like, "Where's the hot fix for this and that? What's going on?" Like, everybody was talking about it. So it's like, there's no way that they didn't know this was an issue.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that it's gonna be fixed, so I will say that. I would
Mhm.
love to see them fix things like this quicker and sooner because, again, it's a not being able to quest completely slows you down from being able to finish a storyline or continue with a storyline. That should be a priority. It's not like I don't know, it's not like something else you're doing in the game that can wait. Like, this is questing,
Yeah.
and the questing is also tied to other quests to complete with other villagers, so it holds you back in different areas too. So, yeah. Even the
I've
thing with even the thing with the Forgotten. Her friendship
Oh yeah,
level
her
not
friendship
gifting
thing.
you with her reward. We've had to wait since the free content update until now to get the reward. Like, that is too much time in between for those
Right.
things.
Right. Um I've heard, okay, so I can see how it would be a challenge to hotfix because every system is different. Like, they're having to code for Steam, Epic,
Right.
PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Right.
And I can't remember if hotfixing on Switch costs them money or not. But there
Mm,
are some things that you just have to bite the bullet and do it because,
yeah.
like, to me, the forgotten thing isn't as important as something that's blocking you from completely progressing a storyline to something that you have coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
It should have been, and apparently it's been an issue like literally since the gridline update came out.
Yeah.
So, like, it should have been high priority and then they should have fixed it
Yeah.
immediately. I don't know. And I don't know if it costs money to do the hot fix. I don't know if they're just worried about the coding and like messing something else up when trying to do it. But if you have the resolution, it needs to be done once you have
It
it for
truly.
something on that scale, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, but
That's what I'm saying. If other smaller devs and companies can roll out hot fixes, DDV can as well. There's really
right.
not an excuse for
So
them
maybe
to
it
just
doesn't cost any money or anything. They just don't feel confident in their ability to do it.
I
I don't
have no
know.
idea. And they also don't communicate it, which is also something we've talked about on Valley Talk often. Hey, we're aware of X and X. We are working to patch it. Give us some time while blah, blah, blah. Like, there is no even addressing it. They're just like, time and time and time goes by as people continue to complain and, let them know that there's an issue and blah, 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 blah. before they finally say, "Oh, by the way, next update's out, and we're gonna fix all those issues you guys are talking about." Like,
Right.
it's kind of broken in that way.
And the issue list is always
The patch list,
long.
it's long. It wasn't for these notes, which was shocking.
Yeah.
It wasn't for this round, but yeah, it's kind of shocking. So
Yes. Okay, so I think we're in the same exact place then. We're both
yes.
stuck on that quest. We've done everything else. I think
Hmm.
I have 2 level 10 friendship quests left with
Okay.
Mirabelle and what's his face? Flynn?
Flynn. Oh, you
Um,
mean Merida?
Merida. Yeah, yeah, not
Okay.
Mirabelle,
Yeah.
sorry. Merida.
Yeah.
Merida and Flynn. But then
Mhm.
I think I'm done with everything in Storybook Vale except for the glitched thing.
Yep.
So I feel good about where I am in preparation.
It's kind of annoying that we're gonna have to do that old quest though, possibly to
Yes.
continue. That may not be the case. There may be a way to just go see Aurora and just start with her, but um like I'm really hoping it's not going to be a situation where I have to level up Maleficent and do all of her quests to level 10 before starting anything with Aurora.
But I don't think that everyone else has Maleficent yet.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think
Well,
that
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that my hope is that it's just we complete that and then the Maleficent thing is like done and then it leads right into the next thing. So I'm almost wondering if we'll have a good experience because it'll be like, you know,
Yeah.
we're seeing the end and then straight into the
I'm
new
going straight
stuff.
into that. That's actually a
That's
good
my
point. That could
hope.
be good. Yeah.
But
I hope so
like
too.
I think or hope that there's a cutscene at the end of the
Yeah.
first part and then it'll lead into the second part.
One could
I
hope.
don't know.
One could surely hope.
I don't know. Um
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
so what do you I don't even know like what do we know? Like we know we're getting Maleficent, we know we're getting Aurora.
Mhm. So we got Aurora and Maleficent both that we're gonna continue storyline with. I don't know if that's gonna add any more quests to like Flynn or Merida. I'm assuming maybe it will. There will be some version where we have to interact with them. I think the rest of the Storybook Vale Part 2 stuff is mainly questing, but we're also getting a lot of I don't want to say a lot, but we're getting some stuff which we can talk about.
Okay.
Um, so like what is your thought process on the bundles that they've mentioned?
Okay, yes. Let me read this from the patch notes. So, one of the last things in the new content area says new special premium shop bundles sold in Moonstones inspired by Aurora and Maleficent will be available for all players.
What why did they even word it like
Interesting.
that?
Okay, because not everyone has the DLC. So they're saying that these bundles are going to be available. So it's going to be inspired by. So it won't include Aurora and Maleficent.
So the bundles are going to be themed objects around those characters that you can use on yourself or in your valley.
Right. So
Now is our
either furniture or clothing inspired by them.
My question though is because I've seen the premium shop leaks, which I won't talk about because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else, but I've seen the premium shop leaks. I'm wondering if these bundles are just like saying it's going to be a premium shop bundle like max, or if it's going to be the 4,000 dream style bundle, or you know what I mean? Like
Right.
which type of bundle is it going to be?
Okay, the chat is saying they showed the 2 outfits and the houses. Oh, those yeah, 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 the
Yeah.
houses.
Mhm. I saw the two houses.
Okay, so like a house bundle. Okay, I think it'll just be a normal. I don't think it's gonna be a dream like the big bundle because
Yeah,
to me that would include a like a
a
dream
skin a
style.
dream style for
And if
them.
it's available for everyone, I don't think it'll be that. I think it's just gonna be house skin.
Very cool. Okay, okay. Interesting.
I
I'm
wonder,
okay,
I guess
they
they'll
did
bundle house
emphasize
skin and outfit, maybe.
all players, so it's
All
gotta
players.
be premium. It's gotta be, like, just a bundle in the shop.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
so it's
use the
probably
word bundle too many times.
yeah.
Like they're a bundle to them means so many different things, and I don't like that.
Yes.
Like,
Yep. We're also getting, New lore keeper tales that we'll have to organize, like reorganize the tapestries.
Uh-huh.
So for those of you who have not started prepping, a good idea for you is to start catching the snippets that are in your valley currently because you're going to need the new snippets that come with the update and also the old snippets to unlock these. But I mentioned that because those tapestries will probably unlock some new objects.
Yes. I like
Yeah.
the objects that the tapestries unlock.
Yeah, I really like it too. I'm
A
excited.
$54 bundle. It better not be $54 bundle.
Yeah, please. I beg.
I am hoping
No.
they make the bundles, the house skin and the outfit for whatever the normal house skin price is.
Yeah.
Like that's a bundle to me.
Yeah.
A bundle is something that like you put it together and you're getting a deal.
I also need
I
the
need a
bundle with the outfits to be I need the outfits to separate out a bit. Unless it's a dress or something,
agree.
I need you to give me separate shoes, separate tops, separate pants, separate skirt, whatever, like separate all the items so that I can mix and match if I want to. I am so tired of the outfits that come to DDV and it's just one full fit. Like hat, shoes, all like separate everything. Even if
Yeah.
it's a handheld accessory, that needs to be separated as well.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking. I don't think we're getting a new Moonstone bundle package for this.
No.
I think that'll be the next free update. We'll get one of those.
Yeah, it seems
I
like
think
those
the other
Moonstone
one's still
bundles.
going to be in there,
Yeah, agreed. They only seem to refresh those when it's
like
a
with the
big new
Star Path
update. Yeah, Star
update.
Path.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like it when they're bundled, like the costumes are all one piece because then
I'm
can't use
hoping
the pieces.
what are your hopes for Aurora's friendship rewards?
But the problem is I don't know much about.
I know Sleeping Beauty,
I want her outfit.
I do want her dress.
Yeah, but I don't
Oh,
know what else. Like, what is she? I don't know.
it would be cool to see like uh is it the not gnomes, dwarves, the dwarves that help her? Is that her? Sleeping Beauty?
No.
No, wait, we'll just delete that out. It's fine. Wait, who is she? That she's
Sleeping
not.
Beauty, not Snow White.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Is she the one who touches her finger on the spindle? Does she bite an apple? They're literally,
Oh.
aren't they the
Aurora and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh my god. Okay, no, y'all,
Yes.
let's
Okay.
not.
So yes to spindle, no to apple. Snow White is the apple.
Okay, Snow White takes a bite of the apple and falls asleep, right?
Yeah.
And then the prince kisses her to wake her up. And then Princess Aurora is the one that touches the spindle and she like green stuff happens. And what does she
I
evaporate?
don't
What
know.
happens
I
there?
don't know the last time I saw this movie or if ever.
Wow, wow, wow. Hey,
Ugh.
listen, guys, there's a lot of Disney movies, okay?
Yeah. Kay is making up words
Oh my God.
right
Okay,
now.
I don't want to hear it because Snow White falls asleep and so does Aurora. They are easily mixed up. One just plays with animals and dwarves. Touch me
I
about
think
it.
Sleeping Beauty also plays with animals, though.
See, that's what I'm saying. She has like the birds and stuff. Yeah, they're literally the same.
There's like this owl. There's birds too. Yeah.
She also gets kissed to be woken up. Okay.
Oh my gosh. This is too much.
Snow White was poisoned. Well, bless her. Bless her heart. That's crazy.
Too much.
Okay. Well, I bet that the spindle is going to be a thing.
What word are you saying?
Spindle?
Okay, spindle. Okay, yeah.
Did I say spindle? I said
Yeah.
spindle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like the same thing, right?
Yeah. I mean,
It's the same.
on this show it is. I
Yeah.
guess.
Surely. Yeah, there's
Spindle.
okay. Yeah, okay. Spindle.
Ugh.
I bet we'll get that item for sure. Maybe as an object with either Maleficent or from,
The
or
one that
doesn't
we
it
are trying to place down are we trying to place one down
already have one in the game?
in the right?
Mm. You know,
Mm.
sometimes things mesh together, and that's just the way a smooth brain works.
Yeah. Oh, the blue dress would be nice.
Yeah, let's look
Getting
at
a
their.
pink dress and a blue dress, I would love.
Okay, this I want to say something, but I think it's a spoiler. But I'm just gonna say for those of you who have seen the premium shop leaks and the Aurora, I believe it's Aurora inspired slash what's a good word? Fight. I don't know if I like that.
Fight?
You know what I mean? It's like it's giving warrior. You remember?
Does she have like armor?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
A combat bundle, please.
I'm like trying to look.
Maybe it'll look better on.
Hang
I
on,
don't
let
know.
me. I'm just gonna click on Oscar's video. Hang on.
What is
Yes,
going on?
Oscar will show
Sorry.
us the way.
Oscar, show me. Okay,
Show
here's
me
the
the way.
houses. Here's the other thing.
Mhm.
There's that. Oh, I forgot about those.
Why would fight be shows? Becca, I'm fighting for my life here, clearly, okay?
Where's the outfits?
I think
Oh,
they're
there's
towards the middle.
there's one. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh.
I think I will
Oh.
say they are completely unique, different from some of the stuff that we've seen, so I am excited for that. Oscar, please help. Oh my god.
What were they in the trailer? Okay, then we can definitely talk about them. Oh, and there's an outfit.
Ooh, were
Yeah.
they? Hold on.
Well, the problem is we can't watch the trailer because I didn't set up the other scene with our new cameras.
That's okay.
So,
That's okay.
okay, anyways,
I do want Aurora's
it is
dress.
what it is.
I think they'll come with some pretty good friendship rewards, though, if I'm being honest. So I am excited about that. I think I'm more
Yeah.
excited not for the questing, but just for the stuff. Like I want the stuff,
Yeah.
you know? So I don't know. That's exciting for me. You okay?
Yeah, just
Okay.
coughing.
Okay.
Um,
Well, let this
I'm a little concerned that there's not going to be much to this update.
I think it'll probably be quick for those of us who have completed a lot of the Storybook Vale stuff already.
Do you think we're going to get new like crafting recipes? Like, will anything be added to our thing? I can't remember
I
if that
think
happened during the Eternity Isle ones.
I think so. I think they'll add maybe a couple new things. Some new recipes from whatever quests we're working on and stuff like that. So I think there may be a few. Do I think there's going to be a whole lot? Probably not. Probably
Yeah.
not. I think we're looking at more so the finish or the end to the storyline of Storybook Vale. So we'll finally bring that to a close. And I think we're also just looking at more outfits and decor from what it seems like from their patch notes and all that kind of stuff. So unless they have something hidden up their sleeve. We do have 2 new companions. So we have the
Yes.
black Pegasus and also that light blue dragon that we're gonna be able to finally find.
They're
My
cute.
my question though is where are they? Is there gonna be another area for us to explore in the
Mm.
Vale? Because are they just gonna start
I think they're
spawning?
just gonna spawn in.
I think that's kind of boring because like why wouldn't they have just spawned from the jump? Why bring
I
them
don't
now
know.
and have them randomly spawn in?
Unless
What's
you
the
don't get them in the normal way and you get them through like questing or something.
Oh, like maybe we rescue them or something, and that's how we collect
Yeah.
them? That would be cool. That would
Yeah,
be
I would
cool.
like that, like a different way to get them.
I would like that too.
Because I'm
Because the way that they kinda dropped them was interesting. Like, they didn't do that with Eternity Isle, they just randomly just added them into the collections menu when they
yeah, I
mentioned
don't
that
know
the
why they
update was
did
coming.
that.
That was weird. It was like a teaser, so
Oh yeah, I forgot about those tune animals on Eternity Isle that they added later.
yeah. They have those. Mhm.
Hmm. Oh, the lore keeper. Is the lore keeper gonna be good or evil?
I think she's good.
I think she's evil.
I know, you did say
The
that you think she's
lore
evil.
keeper.
The law
I don't
keeper.
know if it's maybe just her voice that I've given her that makes her seem evil, but she is. She
Uh,
is evil.
well, I don't know. I'm excited to see kind of like what all comes with it. I don't expect it to be some massive update though. I think we're just going to get some new quests. We're going to get all of the quests that come with Aurora and their friendship items, maybe some new objects, definitely new premium shop stuff, which I think they waited to drop now.
Right.
Um, and that's probably it,
Yeah. I think
unless they have
so.
something up their sleeve.
I mean, honestly, for the best. I don't need a ton of
Right.
more stuff. You know what I mean? Like a good little end. It is interesting. Like, depending on the size of it, it makes me question once again the splitting of the acts.
I
I
agree.
think we just need to drop it and bam. If you want to rush through it, if you want to get through it in 2 days, by all means.
I don't understand, and I've said this so many times, but for me, I always struggle so much with it because I'm just like, I don't really understand the benefit to splitting it up. And everybody says it's to slow people down. But for me, especially if it's like you said, not going to be some huge expansion to what we already have, it's disjointed for no real reason. Again, if we're
Yeah.
just getting Aurora's new quest and one new villager to come to the valley, why split it up? You
I
know?
mean, the only thing to me is by splitting it up, they can maintain the hype of new characters for longer. Like,
Yeah.
we were able to hype up the 3 that we got, and now they're hyping up these next 2 that we're getting. And
Mhm.
if you dropped them all at the same time, it would be, like, less to
Yeah.
hype up. But, I just feel like that's what the free stuff is for, is, like, you have other stuff to hype up.
Yeah, and, like, for me, again, I'm thinking back to when Storybook Vale dropped, and I remember all of the hype and excitement about, like, everything in the DLC because it is an amazing DLC, but I can't remember the storyline. Like, if I'm being honest with you, when I think back, like, what was I working
Yeah,
on?
no
What
idea.
were we doing? What was, like, the plot? I have no idea what's going on. So I'm just
Right.
going with the flow at this point. Like, I just go through my quest and I'm just kinda like,
And I wanna clarify that I read the storyline for the main story. I don't read the friendship quest storylines,
yeah, I do too.
but I read the main storyline. So it's not that I
Mhm.
just skipped through it. Um, I just don't remember. The lore something with the lore keeper, and then she was trapped or something. Aurora's trapped, and
Yeah,
I have no idea.
me either.
No
Me either.
idea what happened in Eternity Isle.
I
No idea.
no, I also have no idea there as well. No clue. Now,
Uh,
this is the end of our current roadmap too, by the way. There's nothing else on the roadmap for the rest of the year, right?
really?
I don't think so. Or is there? Because I see December. What is this? This why is this picture so blurry? I don't see anything. Unless did they drop? That was 2023.
Okay, help us create a companion. Expansion pass roadmap. Okay. Oh, this says with the help of Maleficent, venture into a strange world beneath the Storybook Vale. I bet that's where the companions are.
Yeah, that's probably where they are. It's
Beneath.
got to be some new
Okay.
area, unless it's going to be set up like a trial.
No, so there's a
Another.
new one. So there's summer, autumn, winter 2025. Get
Oh,
in
have
touch
I?
with your emotions is the next one.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Inside
Okay, so
out.
I totally forgot about this. This was for their showcase stream.
Yeah.
So the summer 2025 looks like whatever, whatever that is. Autumn
Is that inside
2025.
out? Is that what that's called?
Yes, I believe that's the emotion
The
stuff.
motion people. Yeah.
Mhm. Autumn 2025, Return to an Enchanting Realm, which
So
y'all said this
back
is
to Beauty and the
Beauty
Beast.
and the Beast. Yeah. But winter is the most exciting
Yeah.
because that looks like
Cinderella.
we're definitely getting Cinderella 100%.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's exciting. I don't know how I feel about the first two. What like why are we returning to Beauty and the Beast realm? What do you think that could be?
I don't know who's left. Are we
Unless
getting
we're
like the
bringing
human version of him?
either the human version or we're getting like Cogsworth and whatever the other
Lumiere.
Lumiere. I guess. But they're I mean,
A whole update for them? That's giving Timon and Pumbaa.
oh, you know what? It's gonna be exactly like Timon and Pumbaa, actually. That's exactly what it's gonna be like. Because we went right back into the Lion
That
King
one's
realm.
awful.
That one was so bad because it was so long too. I
I
was like,
just did
"Why is it
that
taking
one.
forever to get out of there?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't love
really
that realm either. I get lost in there for some reason.
yeah, not sure how I feel about that. It
And the
looks like
Beauty and
the
the
most
Beast.
hype stuff is going to be the winter 2025. They'll
Yeah.
probably put majority of their efforts into that.
I don't
I think.
know. I guess we haven't done Inside Out. I'm thinking about the raccoons that came with
Yeah.
the cozy edition,
Mhm.
but I guess we haven't done. Oh, is there going to be a realm for Inside Out?
Wasn't there some type of Inside Out inspired event? It was the animals, right, that you just mentioned?
Yeah, but were those? Oh, maybe those were an event.
Yeah. Okay. I
I
can't
don't
remember.
love that.
I don't love that either. It's not a super exciting roadmap for the rest of the year, but I mean, we've had a great year so far. So with these free updates, maybe they bring us some more new features. I see them continually. I don't know what you guys think, but I see them continuing to focus on the features that they already have in the game and expanding on those. So improving photo mode, bringing more cool items to the premium shop. They've been doing a great job with the Star Pass. I feel like they've
Mhm.
been like all of those have been hits, and they'll probably continue with like quality of life stuff that they just pop up with. Like, oh, by the way, now you guys got diagonal fencing too. Like I feel like that's kind of the stuff we'll have to look forward to.
Yeah. They said, okay. Great
I also
mysteries.
do not use any of those emotion animals like the anxiety squirrel, and they all weird me out.
I don't really use them either.
So
Um, Look forward to the introduction of a new feature designed to make it easier for players to connect and share resources with one another. Okay, what do you think that is?
a
Just like
mailing
sending
system.
stuff in the mail?
Yeah, I think it's a mailing system for sure. I think it's gonna be like if your friend maybe they add some type of friending system in the game, or you use your friend code that someone gives to you in
All
some type of
I'm
way.
saying is my mailbox is open.
Listen, all hold on. No,
My
all I'm saying
mailbox is
is
open for resources.
I'm not sending or receiving a thing. Y'all are not about to ban my account because I accidentally traded something with someone who got their stuff from a Treasure Valley and they sent it to me through the mail. Absolutely
Is
not.
that still going on?
I don't know. I know that there was a huge uproar about it, and then it slowly died down. I think probably because people stopped everybody. I think
Visiting?
that put like a real smooth halt to all of that. But I'm still anxious. Like I people offer me stuff all the time, and I appreciate it so much. But I'm just not. And I don't want to offend anybody by being like, I don't know where you got your resources from because I don't really care where you got your resources from. But I'm just too
Mhm.
afraid now that it will affect my account and they'll stop my ability to use multiplayer. And if I can't do dream snaps, if I
Right.
can't do dream snaps and get my moonstones, we're done.
Yeah.
Finito.
I mean, it just seems their thing seems flawed. The
I don't
system in which they're
how they're
doing
working
it,
through it.
and I have accepted resources, but I'm choosy about
Yeah.
who I'm getting them from because I know that they've played the game, Amanda, and given me like pumpkins and stuff.
Yeah.
Billy's brought me pumpkins. I know Billy has like harvested them legitimately because I'm the same. Like I don't want the tainted resources.
It's a tainted
Um
goods.
and I think there's some confusion and I don't know the word I'm looking for. Just confusion overall about all of it. And
Mhm.
here's the thing. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. because I use treasure islands in Animal Crossing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But I for some reason it just feels different to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why it feels different. And at the end of the day, Nintendo could ban all of us on in Animal Crossing if they wanted to for using treasure islands.
Mhm.
They just choose not to.
Yeah.
Um, but like these treasure valleys that are going around, if y'all aren't aware, these are all modded resources that people are getting. They are not real resources.
Mhm.
So people are modding them in and then giving them to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you risk going to a treasure valley when Gameloft has been clear about their stance and have made a stance about it,
Mhm.
then it's kind of at your own risk. I think if you're just going to a friend's island and they don't know where they got it gets messy
It gets
because they don't
messy.
know where they got their stuff from. But I just don't know if that's what's happening
I
is the
feel like you're
thing.
getting penalized. This is the problem is that gray area. People are getting penalized for getting resources from someone else who visited a treasure valley and they didn't know. And
Why can they
so
not just shut down the ones that are doing it is my thing. Like that
that's
seems like it
yeah.
would be pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
And here's my thing, in my opinion, they should go the Animal Crossing route because okay, something similar happened in Animal Crossing where Nintendo was not happy that people were modding in these star trees.
Mhm.
Okay. So then one day they did a patch and everyone's star trees turned into sticks.
Oof.
So if Gameloft doesn't like it, they could
Patch
just
it out.
turn all of the broken resources into something different or just remove them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like that would be better than just banning people. I
Yeah.
I just feel like it would be easier to crack down and find the people that are actually doing it if they're really this against it.
Like take it out at
And
the root and not
yeah, I
the
mean, you can easily go on Etsy, find the people, pretend like you're buying something, go to their valley, and then you know
Mhm.
exactly who it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's actually on that point too, and I see a lot of comments on this as well. I think it's absolutely insane that people are selling
Yeah,
tickets to visit their islands. That is absolutely insane to me.
right.
Like that is like mind blown. I can't believe they have actually had people purchase tickets to come or spend money to come
But
to your island and collect resources. That is
But
insane.
at the end of the day, they wouldn't even have to go that far. Gameloft could just contact Etsy, contact all of these. They could just shut down the accounts that are
They could
selling
just
them.
have a lawyer do all of the work
And
for them.
people could find other ways to sell it. But if you shut down the easy access on Etsy, on these other things, it's like it's going to be much less enticing to the people selling these things
Yep.
if they can't sell it on a platform like that. You know what I mean? They're not
Mhm.
going to like go on Facebook and try to sell it to a bunch of people
Right.
because it's not easy for them. They want easy money making tactics. Just go shut them down. Etsy will shut
Yeah.
anybody down for anything.
Yeah.
They would
I feel
easily
like
shut that down.
I haven't heard a lot of people getting banned as of recently, so I don't know if that's but I also haven't heard a lot of people being like, "Here's my treasure valley." Like we saw all kinds of videos and all that stuff of people like creating treasure valleys and marketing their treasure valleys and all that stuff. So I don't know if it's just like one effort for that like just got everybody to slow down, but I haven't heard like a single thing of somebody being like, "Oh, I just recently got banned," like in my chat or anywhere. So I don't
Right.
know, maybe it's kind of fixed the issue now, but yeah, I feel like I don't like the idea of people who didn't know where their resources are coming from someone they trusted getting banned for that. It should be people who like
Yeah.
actively participated in going to these modded valleys. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. ACNH doesn't have a premium shop. I mean, that is a difference. It's hard because, like, obviously, I go to Animal Crossing Treasure Islands. It's not like necessarily a moral issue for me.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not gonna I feel like from day 1, I've kind of been on that stance, like, I'm not gonna do that in DDV for whatever reason, and so that's just kind of where I stand. I do think very clearly, I mean, ask for forgiveness, not permission,
Mhm.
but Gameloft's not forgiving you. So at this point, you need to stop doing it.
Well, yeah.
And in terms of like making them, and you know what I mean? Like, okay, you tried it.
Yeah.
Well, they don't like it. So now
Mhm.
move on. I think it's the same. Like if Animal Crossing had done the same, then it's like, okay, I just wouldn't have gone to Treasure Islands anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of like, okay, for example, the modding, Nintendo doesn't like modding. They took down my videos when I was modding on Animal
Yeah.
Crossing. I didn't do it
Mhm.
anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're done. It's done.
Yeah,
I
for me
didn't get the
personally,
forgiveness,
it would
so
only take
done.
one time for them to be like, "Your account's at risk," for me to be like, "Oh, won't be
Yeah,
doing that
right,
anymore."
right.
Fantastic. Yep.
It doesn't matter that everyone else is doing it. It's just like, okay, that sucks.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Mhm.
Great. I don't know how we got on that tangent, but
Yeah, that was old. But I think we were talking about
oh, the
how did we get here?
multiplayer. It's
The
male.
multiplayer. Yeah. So yeah,
Mhm.
I do think I probably won't use the multiplayer that much, like, unless if I'm sending it to someone in my community, that'll be different because maybe I don't have a lot of resources or anything. I don't have nothing modded, but
Yeah.
I probably won't be accepting it from people that I don't actively know and trust personally. But I do think it's a really cool feature to be, instead of having to like go somewhere, you could just send it through the mail. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. I question people. I'm like, before they come over, I'm like, how did you obtain this?
I know.
Did you?
I don't have the strength or the will. I'm just like, I don't want to offend you. If you got them, however way you got them, that's fine. But no, thank y'all.
What? Okay. Anything else for Storybook Vale
I don't
that we
think
want to talk
so.
about?
I don't think so. I think I'm just excited to see what it's going to bring, and also this underworld area that we're going to be visiting too. I think will be really cool.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay,
that's
so
it
not
there.
super excited for the free content roadmap that we have. Do we want to go over the Twitter poll?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
If you guys haven't already, click that link that's in the top of the chat. We have a pinned comment that is takes you to our Twitter page. Make sure you hit follow because that's our official Valley Talk Twitter page. We'll keep you updated on like any episodes that are coming out, any content that we're posting, all that kind of stuff. It'll just be good if you want to keep track of any DDV related stuff. But click on that link and then you can go vote on the poll. We currently have a poll on which villager you'd like to see come to your valley the most. Um,
Yeah.
so far we have a good amount of, we have 68 votes on the poll. Probably more now. Okay. So we have Winnie the Pooh, Cinderella, Jack Sparrow, and also Baymax. And it looks like Winnie the Pooh is taking the lead on the poll, which I know you'll be excited
Good.
about.
My sweet
Good.
baby.
I know.
My sweet little baby.
I think that I also voted Winnie the Pooh, and I think I'd be super excited for. I just feel like it'd be
Just
so
that
cute,
whole 100-acre wood would just be
complete. Yeah. Could you
crazy.
imagine? And you put his house in there and it
But
just
I want a 100-acre wood DLC.
okay.
I don't want a realm. Like I want a full on
Expansion. Oh, we gotta
expansion.
talk about that next. Okay, so your vote is Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
My vote is also Winnie the Pooh, although I also want Cinderella, but we know Cinderella is coming. I'd really love Baymax. I feel like that would be a fun villager to have.
Hmm.
But I'm definitely Winnie the Pooh first as well.
What's your
Um,
Jack Sparrow opinion? Are you yay or nay?
I don't know how I feel about real human beings being characters in the game. For
Hmm.
some reason, something about that is a little bit more difficult or weirder to like animate them versus like taking an animated character and making them animated, I guess. I don't know, but I wouldn't be opposed to it because I love Jack Sparrow. I think it would be absolutely hilarious seeing him do his little run, his
Yeah.
little run through the valley.
I
I
mean, you
think he'd
know what
have
he looks like in Fortnite. That's how he would
ex-
look.
right, exactly. So
So,
I'm really not opposed to it. I think it would be cool. Add to the little pirate thing, put him on the beach.
yeah.
I think he would be
I
hilarious.
I wonder if they'll give Pirates of the Caribbean the Star Wars treatment.
I think that would be cool. Like
Because
if we
like
got like the
everyone was
Black Pearl.
so polarizing on Star Wars, and the way that they did Star Wars was perfect in my opinion.
They showed out. They showed all the way out. And I was like, I was the person I was like, I'm not getting any Star Wars stuff. And I bought
I
everything
bought
except,
every single Star Wars.
yeah, I bought it all. I bought it all. I bought it all. Except for the house skin and I think the furniture bundle. But I got everything else.
Yeah. It was
Mm-hmm.
all so good.
Yep.
We do have some comments on other villagers. Well, we just have one, I guess.
We have
Dumbo.
Zara says Dumbo. Yeah.
Dumbo would be so cute.
Oh, and then seeing the little ears flying behind you, that would be so, so
Yes.
cute. That would be
And then
adorable.
Tigger. Shelly says Pooh, but he must come with Tigger.
Yeah, I feel like it would be weird to have just one. So I agree with that. Like I feel like I need at least
I think
two.
you'd have to have the trio. Pooh,
Yeah.
Piglet, and Tigger at minimum.
Oh my gosh, that would be adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, then 100 Acre Forest is like a must have. But you know what? They could do an expansion based off of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. But
So
it seems like the DLCs are more like the areas aren't
based
areas.
on, yeah.
So maybe a realm would be better.
A rum could be, yeah, they might do more of a rum because you're right. The characters don't really match up with the expansion like areas, they're just there.
Yeah. I just wonder how they're going to top Storybook Vale because it
I
was
know.
everything
It was
that I
everything.
wanted.
It's
Like,
it is everything
it
that
is
we wanted.
every aesthetic that I love. It's
Mhm.
cottagecore, it's fairycore,
Yep,
it's everything.
I agree.
So how are they ever going to top that? I mean, yeah, underwater
I've talked about underwater
could be really cool.
constantly. That is like my number one. And I was telling everybody on stream the other day, I was like, if we do an underwater realm, it can't be me running around in some wetsuit with a helmet and running on the ground of the ocean type of vibe. Like I need them to, and I don't think it's too far off because they've given us gliders which allow us to fly. They've given us a carpet where we can sit and float around. Give us a mermaid tail.
Mhm.
Like once we go in, just like in Hello Kitty Island Adventure, you do some little thing. Maybe the tool that we use on our tool ring is us changing into a mermaid tail. And that's how we kind of like go around like in a mermaid form. But I feel like it's a real stretch because I feel like that's a lot, like very different from what we're used to. But I would absolutely love an underwater realm.
See, I think they would just give us some kind of magic that makes us like you're walking around like normal, but it's underwater.
I feel like that's the
I
vibe that,
think that's what they're gonna do if they do
yeah,
underwater. Like
I feel like it would be that.
maybe things are floating around you like you're underwater, but you're just
Hmm.
walking on the ground. You either have magic or you're like in a diving suit or something that keeps you,
Yeah.
but or like whatever your little, wand is this time
Hmm.
allows you to be
Hmm.
underwater. I don't know, but I don't think you'll be swimming around.
Truly.
I think you'll
Yeah.
just be walking like SpongeBob vibes.
Yeah, it definitely gives SpongeBob vibes.
Yeah.
I do think the idea of an Atlantis inspired realm would be really, really cool because we've had so many hints to Atlantis.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that that would be really fun. What do you guys think? Like, what's your most anticipated? I know we have underwater. I hear space a lot. I don't know how I feel about a space theme.
I mean, what is space? I mean, I feel like Wally, we've already have.
Hmm.
What other movies are space? Star Wars.
Treasure Planet, outer space.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of like what characters would go along with space because obviously underwater could be so many characters.
Yeah, there's so many.
Obviously there's a
There's so
ton that they've
many.
already used though, but like
We've already got a
Finding
jungle
Nemo is
theme.
obvious. Do you think Jungle Book will ever come?
Jungle Book would be so cool. I mean, we already have animals in the game. We have lions, pigs, so
E.T. I don't even know what Treasure Planet is, if I'm being honest with you.
I just saw that too and I'm like, what is Treasure Planet?
Is that a movie? Is that a place?
I don't think
Oh,
I've ever seen this movie.
never in my life have I seen a single character.
I haven't seen a
Oh,
clip
is
of
this
character.
Atlantis people?
What?
No, I don't
How
know.
have I not seen that movie? Wow, wow,
I
we.
like this little red blob guy next to this other guy, though. I want that as a companion just floating behind me. A
Right?
little red blob.
But yeah, we have what, 6 new well, we have 6 DLCs total from the little area we travel from. We have 6 ports
Yep.
total, 2 of which have already been filled. So we have 4 more DLCs confirmed, I guess, if you're going off of that. So they've got to have an idea. And I'd be willing to bet by the end of this year, they announce a new DLC coming. What do
I
you think?
hope so. Oh my
I
gosh,
hope so too.
Emperor's New Groove. I would die for
Oh, that would
Emperor's
be
New
so
Groove.
cool. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, imagine him being the Cusco and then he turns into the llama.
That would be
Or no-
so fun.
Yeah, I think they need to announce it sooner rather than later, especially with
What the roadmap's looking like.
the lackluster roadmap.
Mhm.
Um I think that would be good.
They have so many options though. I'm just hoping that because we've got a fantasy realm, I don't know if there's any way that they could do a fantasy realm any better than they've already done it. And obviously that won't be we're not getting another fantasy realm anytime soon since they've already done that. So and we already have the Eternity Owl vibe. So what does that leave?
I
They could
know
do
because I feel like
something.
they already kind of did jungle. I was gonna say jungle could be cool, but they've already done jungle. They've done
They've done
desert.
jungle,
They've done.
desert.
What about
If
sky?
they could
Just
do
like in the sky.
sky, that would be fun, or like city vibes. Like they could do
Ooh,
some
I
type
would
of
like a city.
like an actual city vibe, industrial
Industrial
vibe.
would be good.
Mhm. Yeah, I would be willing to bet they announce a new DLC in the showcase. If they don't announce a new DLC by the showcase,
Do you think we're gonna be in it?
no.
We put
DDP
no,
doesn't even know who we are.
no, we're not.
No. But Bestie Stuff's gonna be in it again.
Yeah.
Claim it. I know that's right.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
I don't know. Have they given us a date for the showcase?
Not that I know of.
K-Toots too much to be in it, please. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be in it. All we do is talk about tooting on my streams. There's
Literally.
no good clips
They
that
wouldn't
they
be
can
able to
use.
clip a single thing without you being like, toots in the chat, toot, toot,
N
toot.
no, literally. No, literally. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm most sort of looking forward to Cinderella and the possibility of a new DLC. So,
Same. I just want to know. Yeah, I kind of love the idea of a city. We have
me
nothing
too.
like that.
We have nothing like it. It would be refreshing. It has to be something refreshing and new, I think. Because if they start going the route where the DLC start feeling any even close to being kind of similar in aesthetic and vibe, it's going to be tough, I think, to get people to purchase them.
Agree.
So,
Agree. Ooh,
mhm.
Incredibles would be cool. I think they would fit city vibes.
They would fit city vibes perfectly. And we have already like a lot of stuff tribute to Incredibles.
Hmm. I mean, what if they went like, yeah, French vibes? I guess we don't have anyone else that would come from Ratatouille though.
But again, they bring the
Just whoever.
whoever, so they could definitely do any theme and just have whatever characters there, but like a French theme, that would be really cool.
Baymax could be in a city. He could.
Baymax would be
Baymax
in a
is so cute. He'd
city.
be so big though and obnoxious, but
Maybe it is gonna be a city vibe. I'm also excited that the DLCs if we're considering what happened with the Storybook Vale DLC, that the Scrooge's shop and also Remy's restaurant gets a new skin. I just wish that we could use those skins across any area. Like
yeah.
you could hit replace and
Yeah, yeah,
apply
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
Mhm.
about. I forgot that happened. I literally forgot that even was a thing that
Yeah, I
happened.
know. It only happened once, so we'll see.
Yeah. No, I like that.
So exciting.
Okay, any questions for us? I think we've covered all the things we wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Any last minute questions? Update is tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the typical update time. I love how we just all know that it's at that time, even though they never announced at the time.
Mm.
That's the time it's taking place. But yep, that is right.
That's the time. Be there or be square. Yeah, we will
Love
both
skins.
um we'll both be live tomorrow
Yep.
morning streaming the update. So make sure you're subscribed to Kay. Subscribe over here if you're not.
And make sure you have both streams up
We
because
will
if not, what
both
are you
be
doing?
streaming in the morning. We normally start like an
Yeah.
hour or so before.
Yep.
So early morning again tomorrow. But we're not going to stay up till 2 a.m. tonight.
No. Absolutely not. I'm by the end of this my next
Mm.
stream, I'm gonna be basically deceased. So
I have no theories for the ending because I don't even know what happened in the beginning.
yeah.
I think everyone's going to live happily ever after.
Yeah, I think so. I think that I don't know. I have no idea what the ending's gonna be
And
either
then the
because
inkies will still be there. Like, why are there inkies?
that's the other thing. For DLC specifically, I need that stuff to go away. If we're not gonna remove the night thorns from the main valley, at least in my DLCs, let me be able to like officially like banish inkies and splinters of fate and all that stuff.
Yeah. The next villain that we want. Ooh.
Corella Deville.
Oh, Cruella.
Corella would be fun.
I don't even know who are the other villains. I feel
Um,
like it's weird that they did this the dream snap like hinting to Captain Hook. We don't have
Captain Hook would be a lot of fun.
Who are my Disney villains? I think I want Yzma. Now that y'all put that in my head,
That would be cool.
I want her. Who
I
else?
think
I'm
a
looking.
superhero themed DLC would be cool, Dave. I like that idea.
I'm just so superheroed out with Fortnite that I don't know if I
Oh
want to
yeah.
end this too.
Hmm.
Like,
I could see that. I could see that.
I like that guy from the Jungle Book, that villain guy, little tiger. I
Oh
think
yeah.
he's Jungle Book. I don't know. There's just so many characters already. I feel like I don't know, we're about to be
We
crowded.
are about to be crowded, which is my other concern. I guess that's like a good thing to talk about too. Like, because I'm genuinely, and we have the floating islands. So, I mean, we obviously have space,
Hmm.
but man, we have a lot of doors in that castle. Oh, do you think they'll bring floating islands for the DLCs?
Yeah,
I think they
I
should.
do. I think they'll cost the other like Mist and
Yeah, to unlock.
Storybook magic to unlock.
But I feel like
Yeah,
that would be a great that's another really good selling point for the DLCs too. Like in addition to this whole new world, you'll also get 3 new
floating.
biomes per or
Hmm.
yeah, 3 new floating islands per DLC, which is a
I would
great selling
love
point.
that.
I
Like
would
a
absolutely
bind floating island. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
would
god,
immediately.
that would be
They would be
so
so
cool.
good.
Yeah, I would love it. I hope they do actually. I really hope that they bring that. So,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay, well, I need to
I
eat.
think that's
I'm
it.
hungry.
I need to eat too.
And you've got Palea update coming,
Yep.
right?
Are you streaming?
I don't know. Not that.
Why not? Go ahead and get into your paleo bag, Kato. Come on, you know you want to.
Not that today.
Everybody influence Kato to play paleo, okay? Just bully her. It'll be fine.
Mm, no.
But
No,
yeah.
no. Okay.
Okay.
Well, tell everyone
So,
where they can find you. They already
all
know,
right,
but
you guys, y'all know, but it's Let's Play K, Let's with a Z, Play K on everything, mainly YouTube, Twitter. I have an IG and TikTok. So you guys can follow me there. Again, Kato and I are both going to be live tomorrow, an hour before the update. Y'all know the
okay.
drill. It's going to be fun,
Better be there. You better like
good
all our
vibes.
streams.
Fingers crossed that we get through these storylines.
Oh my
But yeah, it's
gosh.
going to be a
I'm
great time.
still anxious about it, but
I
no,
know.
it's gonna
I
be
have
great.
anxiety
We're
too.
gonna do
We'll
good.
see.
Okay. Thank y'all so much for watching. This is episode 18 of Valley Talk, and we will see you all tomorrow for the update.
Yes, yes, yes. Bye.
Bye.